bring him in alive.
What?
Armadillo, we can't bring him in alive.
Why's that?
If we take him in, the only thing he has to deal is us. Look, I don't like it, but this bastard has to go, Vic. Jail won't slow him down. You tried reasoning with him. I'm not going to lose my job so some kid-raping piece of shit can bargain down his sentence, make me his bunkmate.
Motherfucker, I'm a criminal. Ain't nobody giving me no fucking job.
How come you don't believe you sold the hash? How do I know? You're lying. Hey, my mom's over there. I'm gonna scream.
I'm gonna blow you away, Tip.
Hey, that's not real.
You've never seen anything so real.
You told Doberman you sold that hash, didn't you? I had to. I got busted last month. I never had a chance.
Kid who tells on another kid is a gay.
Jesus Christ, for God's sake, man. Put the gun away.
Goodbye, Narc.
I took you in. Nobody. Showed you how the system works, the value of information, how to get it. This is how you fucking pay me back, you cockroach. I gave you Darien. I gave you your manhood. I gave you everything. You've been one of the great ones, buddy. I look at you, and I see myself.
Arthur Lee in Love. It's the Ron and Fez show. Arthur Lee just passed away this morning, 39 years after the debut album of Love. Love is one of those bands, everybody in that era was crazy about that band, and yet they didn't kind of make it much out of that era.
I'm not familiar with Love at all, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. I try not to talk about that on the air too much, but that is true. And every time I watch the 40-Year-Old Virgin, I cringe. It is the Ron and Fez show. I'm Ron, there's Fez.
Hiya, buddies.
Earl, Arthur Lee. I mean, we've heard that he's been sick, but it's still a very sad thing to hear, right?
Yeah, very sad. He died at the age of 61, and again, one of those influential bands, influential artists that
came out of the 60s, the same time as the Byrds, the Doors, that whole L.A. Sunset Strip scene. Everybody on the Strip thought that Love was the best band. I think one of the guys from Love actually got caught up in the Manson stuff as well.
Yeah, and the only thing was Arthur Lee hated to leave L.A., so the band never really toured.
Right.
So if they had just toured and everyone saw how great this band was, they would have been huge.
But at the same time, they never really were a radio-friendly band. You know what I mean? Like, there weren't... actually, I think there's probably more stuff now played because of Wes Anderson and all than has ever been played on the radio. Anyway, Arthur Lee gone. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Earl, better the Burnout or Fade Away? Because you're looking at a faded away there with Arthur Lee.
I'm leaning more towards the flame out. Die would leave the good corpse. That
68.
Whole
If he dies in 68, everybody's going, oh, imagine what was next.
Yeah, he's always wrote Forever Changes. He said that was going to be my last will and testament.
Well,
if he had done it, it would have been considered a bigger masterpiece than it already is.
But you bring up that point. Anytime that anybody puts together top 10 albums of all time, it's normally in the top 10.
When you burn out, it's the legend status automatically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you go right there. So, I mean, there's not a chance really to have like bad albums.
Yes. You've wrapped your arms around the concept of better than burn out to fade away. So where are you on this, Fez? Now that you've grasped it and you've got a grip on it, what's your feeling?
I think better to burn out than to fade away. Because there's too much chance if you're fading away that you're not going to fade away gracefully. Very few people do it, like Johnny Cash could. As he got older, he still remained cool. But other people, there's other acts that just aren't going to be able to handle the fade away.
But at the same time, what are you living for everybody else, or you living your own life? Are you saying it's bad for anyone to go on and go, oh, I have nothing other than what the public thinks I am. I have no wife, I have no children, no grandchildren. The only thing to do is how it happens to play in Rolling Stone magazine.
Well, just career-wise, it's probably better to...
Right, career-wise, sure. James Dean, he dies, people think he's a legend because he never had a chance to go on and be in the Towering Inferno. But he also never had the opportunity to go on and hold his own grandchildren. Or see a man walk on the moon.
Right.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez.
I don't know. The fade away thing, fade away just implies, you forget about the family part of it. It just kind of implies like you're sitting there waiting for someone to call.
Not necessarily. Not if you don't, if your whole thing isn't tied up in where you happen to be in the charts.
And also, people always remember for whatever reason, they always remember the end. They always remember how your life ended, how your career ended. I mean, that extends beyond, like my father remembers my grandmother, how it ended. I was like,
right.
Don't remember how it ended. Remember.
I know we're all afraid of death and we're all afraid of aging. I get that in this society. I know that there's something wrong with seeing what happens after you happen to be 19 years old. But you can live a full life, and you can be of service to the people in your life if you don't no longer are even physically beautiful. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you had grandparents.
Yes.
They served a purpose. They actually were living a life. There's something maybe a little more than what happens in your career.
Yeah, like from me personally, my grandfather, the last, I say, decade of his life, he was existing, but he wasn't living per se. He wasn't aware of what he was doing or where he was and what have you. And when he finally passed, my aunt, that's all she could hold on to because she basically took care of him. And that was the only memories that she was really holding on to. Yeah. I was like...
Right, but we're talking about the point is this, or once again, you're off in a wrong fucking place. Fez, would you feel better if the plane went down after the button south? Would that have mattered to you one way or another? That's where people thought, some things peaked, but what do you care?
Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted the plane to go down. You're absolutely right there.
Here's Mark. Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty ironic that Fez is a burnout guy rather than a fade away guy because he's fucking fading away right now. He had a chance to go out on top with that heart attack, and now he's pretty much fading away past his prime and getting old and sloppy.
But yeah, a good point. When you had your heart attack, Fez, you didn't think to yourself, wow, this will really play well with the XM listeners. For some reason, when you look on the outside of someone's life, you act like they're living for you. They're living their own life. David, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Talking about rock musicians burning out, I was going to say Randy Rhoads, Ozzy Osbourne's guitar player. There's a guy that never had a family and, burn out for sure early on. And he, to this day, it's legendary status of him and with amongst guitar players. And,
all right, I understand what you're saying. There's a legendary status. He can't enjoy it. Randy Rhoads can't enjoy the fact that he's somehow surpassed Eddie Van Halen in death in a way that he couldn't in life. What fucking good is it to him? And in the meantime, Ozzy's been up and down 6 times since that happened.
Ozzy could have burned out after the Osbournes.
Well before, Fez. I know you're not the fan of the music, but Ozzy could have burned out in 73, where most people would have went, yes, he would have become a huge star from there. Here's Renee, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron. I just wanted to say Ted Nugent was a great example of someone who faded away gracefully.
Yeah. Ted Nugent faded away gracefully?
I think
I wouldn't say gracefully.
I don't know whether he even had the chance to burn out. Manny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, just like Neil Young. He says it's better to burn out than fade away.
Right, and now he's, 65, and just put out a fucking concert movie. So, just like The Who said, hope I die before I get old, I see fucking, Townsend walking around today. It's, it's one thing for the legend thing, but when you believe in that, fucking, it's Carney's and Rube time.
But at the same token, let's say like a Jimi Hendrix.
Right.
Jimi Hendrix pretty much left on top. He was the biggest guitarist. He was the...
Right.
And you don't know where the output would have been afterwards. You don't know if he would have flamed out. You don't know if he would have...
started doing car commercials. You have no idea, right? So it's easy to go, oh, boy, imagine what would have happened if he would have lived. But the reality of it is, you become Paul McCartney.
Yeah, I mean, and he left, that's this big, bright, blazing star with these amazing records. And
well, what's your point to that, Earl?
I thought it's better to burn out.
It's better to burn out for who, though? Not for fucking Jimi Hendrix. If Jimi Hendrix would have had the choice to burn out or fucking live, he would have probably lived.
Yes, I mean, obviously he died by an accident.
Act like the only fucking part of his life, the only thing that matters is what you and the internet fanboys think as you're writing shit back and forth. I don't think that you tend to live for other people, or at least I wouldn't. Here is Bill. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, it's about a question of legacy, too. I mean, when you want to be, all right, and I understand what you're saying, too, about, you're holding your grandchildren, but if you've got ego, if you're one of these guys, a performer, let's say, wouldn't you forego, I certainly would forego seeing my grandkids graduate high school and just being a footnote in rock and roll or the movies or whatever else, than to know that I'd be living on, you're leaving something behind, something big.
You cannot enjoy that thing that you've left behind because you're dead.
But you know that ahead of time. You know that you know what, I don't care now. You know what, I'll go out in flames and I'll probably wind up.
I mean, you talk about a footnote, probably the whole rock thing will be a fucking footnote. Do you care who was popular in 1740? Who was the best piano player there? It doesn't really matter all that much. It's only your own experiences. It's only your own life experiences that matter. Michael, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Apparently it's really unfortunate that both Earl and Fez want John Mayer dead, apparently.
So that he could burn out rather than fade away.
Exactly.
I hope everybody gets a nice fade. Here is Scott. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, cardholder 57302.
Hoo-ah!
How about Evel Knievel?
What about him?
He was at the top of his game, and he's fading out gracefully.
Fading out gracefully? I saw him selling coffee at a casino.
Up until this point, but, a couple of years back, it was fine.
He's still wearing the capes.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Hey, Glenn. Glenn, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, buddy.
It's me?
Yeah.
Glenn? Okay. The guy that called earlier about Randy Rhoads.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Ronnie, because I know Randy Rhoads' mom and his brother, and I'm sure they would have much preferred that he faded away than burned out.
Randy Rhoads' family would have loved the fact if he would have went on to become B.B. King, that he would have been some elderly guy playing in a club and enjoying life. I don't know where the whole bizarreness of it is that some people, it feels like their job is to leave a legacy, and other people feel like, no, it's not my job at all. Earl, do you feel like you should be leaving something, an NEW legacy?
Yeah, I would just love to leave a legacy, period, not necessarily a NEW legacy. I want to leave a legacy for my family.
So you haven't peaked? That's why you haven't burned out yet?
I've definitely had my peaks
or do you
and
look
valleys.
back over some of the best board work you've ever done in your life?
What do you got, buddy?
Earl, if you had died when no one has sent you out skiing at NEW, that might have been the way to go.
Tommy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Sid Barrett burned out and faded away.
Yeah, no, that is kind of true, and it happens with, a lot of sports stars the same way. Like, people act like they remember exactly where they want to put this guy for the rest of eternity. It's that one season. It's that one rule. Like, people forget how popular Bo Jackson was at his prime. And now Bo Jackson could probably hobble down the mall and most people wouldn't recognize him anymore. And it's not that long ago. Here's Tim. Tim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ronnie, what's up?
Yeah, buddy.
Frank Zappa, fade away.
Fade away and went out looking pretty good for it.
Hell yeah.
Still was doing interesting work. Still was doing cool work. Managed to raise a family that loved him. Nice life all the way around. Actually, I would have liked to have seen him, go another 25 years. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. This weird thing that we have about popularity in this country, it's always odd to me.
A lot of it does get tied into where people like to be there for the beginning, the middle, and the end, I think.
What people?
Fans of somebody.
I think what they do like is when people die young and then they can't disappoint them anymore. Then you can go, okay, I love Jim Morrison. He was the best. Because he no longer can, you're not going to find out that he's going to tour with Creed. You're okay to have him at 27 years old. In the meantime, what has he done, He's been dead for 40 years. Here's Andrew. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think about Kurt Cobain? Did he burn out or fade away?
Kurt Cobain actually wrote in his suicide note, he quoted this song. He quoted Neil and said it's better to burn out. Personally, I think he went out like a bitch. Blowing on his own fucking hat off.
His wasn't even the partying. It's like sometimes, fans of someone will be, people that burn out, stars that burn out, tend to be bigger heroes than the fade away ones with the fans. It's like Kurt Cobain will get idolized.
I disagree. I mean, it's like, what fucking fans? Who are you talking about? And there was plenty of people I saw when they were older. I saw Howlin' Wolf. I saw John Lee Hooker. I would tell people now, go see Keith Richards. I think it's better to have Keith Richards around today than if he would have died in 68, 69, when he should have. When by all goddamn things he should have. I see Carlin still doing stuff at his age. I don't get the concept. I don't understand the whole thing, and I don't understand this whole service your fans. What kind of fucking cool guy worries what the fans think?
It seems like those are the guys that fans really idolize, that they're most attracted to. A Kurt Cobain, a Jim Morrison, anyone who died young.
I gave you the other examples, though, and you even came up with Johnny Cash. Willie Nelson is a fucking perfect example. Willie Nelson's had a 50-year career. And, again, if you're really fucking hip, what do you need? A line of people following you behind? A fucking people you probably wouldn't even hang out with? Like Randy Rhoads fans in the year 2006? I don't think Randy Rhoads would have anything in fucking common with these people, let alone wanting to please them with his own death. I don't even understand the concept.
866-RON-0-FEZ. That's 866-766-0339.
Hey, Todd. Todd, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, got card 2369.
Hey, buddy, what's happening?
Yeah, Kenneth Lay from Enron. That guy burned out like a motherfucker.
Well, he burned out and burned other people on his way. Hey, Sugums, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie. The question isn't whether to burn out.
This is the guy that Dave doesn't like. Dave gave me the angle on.
Yeah, well, I'll kick his ass.
I don't know.
The question isn't whether to burn out or fade away, but whether to load out or stay, as the great Jackson Brown put it. See ya.
What if Suggums would have died before that phone call? He might have been remembered as the guy who had some heat going on.
He probably would have been a little bit more of a hero.
Here's Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, I was just going to talk about Ric Flair. I mean, that guy's burning out, and, well, he's fading away, but guys like Eddie Guerrero, they burned out, and they went out on top. Ric Flair just won't go away, and his icon status is just fading away like no tomorrow. Guy won't shut up or get off the TV.
Very good point. Here's Eddie Guerrero, who dies young. He leaves a legend for what? Wrestling fans?
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? The guy had a family. Do you think he would give a shit what wrestling fans all around the country thought of him or his own people?
I think Ric Flair totally takes it to the fade away argument, where that legacy is there, and anytime anyone chops someone else in the ring, the woo is there. I think that's already established. I don't think fade away is going to hurt him whatsoever.
Here's Jace. Jace, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Jace. We lost you, buddy. Here's Mark. Mark, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How are you, pal?
Hey, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Oh, Ronnie. It's Mark. I'm sorry, I had the wrong name there. No, when you brought up Jim Morrison, I mean, I think he made like a conscious choice to burn out. I mean, I agree with you 100%. You got a life to leave after, you know, your fame and all that. But I think he was so into these like romantic poets and to this whole Dionysian lifestyle.
We've all had friends with a death wish. I mean, first of all, even more than Morrison, who went out ODing, which you can at least call an accident, no matter how reckless his life was. Fucking Cobain was the guy who actually put the shotgun up to his head. We talk about a conscious choice.
But that was suicidal. I don't think that Morrison was suicidal, but I think he chose to lead a life that he knew would end in a premature death. And just his whole intellectual framework about it led that way, in my opinion. Maybe I'm full of crap.
Again, we all had those kind of friends. We all had the friends that you knew was going to die young, the guys that were so reckless that they didn't give a shit. The point is why is it in this society we somehow put that up on a fucking pedestal like it's some great way to live? Yet I don't see Earl doing it. I don't see Fez worrying about their legacy. It's always somebody else's. Always somebody else's, like, I really wish this person... I'm such a fan of Brian Wilson. I wish he would have died right after Pet Sounds. I wish he would have dropped dead then, before he made a fucking idiot out of himself. Here is Ed. Ed, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys, cardholder 8086.
Hey, buddy, what's happening?
Got the perfect example of someone who faded away, probably would have been better served burning out, and that's Elvis. You know, that went from the king of rock and roll to a fat parody of himself who dies straining one out on the toilet. That's just a sad legacy, I think.
And at any time, can you still get any bigger than Elvis? I mean, in any kind of death, still out of all of our American celebrities, he's the biggest.
And here's one more for you, one who burned out, and who knows what would have happened. Buddy Holly. Do you think his type of music would have survived outside of the 50s, or would he have been like, you know, the Flo and Eddie doing the fairgrounds on a Tuesday?
All right, thanks a lot. We'll go back now. Now, there's a really good point. Buddy Holly went out, 58, 59?
59, yes.
59, okay. Pretty much at the height of his, and probably where the height of his music would have been. Because it's not like anyone from the 50s at all sustained at least their artistic heights.
Yeah, the times were definitely changing where there was this movement to clean up the music scene, to clean up rock and roll. And
so what's your point?
No, I'm just saying that the music was changing. I mean, he was really at his peak. I'm not sure if he would have been able to sustain that.
Nobody from that era sustained. Nobody from the 50s started, had hits later on. They didn't get the same kind of wave that the 60s people got because it was almost considered a childish thing to create rock and roll music, and by the time you hit like 24, 25, it was time to retire, like you were a swimmer or something. So there's no way that he would have sustained his thing. But what's the fucking difference? It's not like he's an actual legend. It's not like he's moved on to a god or an angel. He's just gone.
Yeah, burning out didn't help him at all.
Well, I mean, his legend is still there. He's still a legend. There's movies made about him, and, you know, the music is still there. But what does that do for his life?
It doesn't add anything to his personal life whatsoever. But it's for some reason the movies do get made about the burnout stars. Those are the ones that Hollywood goes looking for. Those stories.
Why do you think?
Because I think it's when you mention, you know, like a fear of death earlier, fear of aging. Everyone has their own fear of death. They don't have it for anybody else.
Here's Chris. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, Belushi. It could be argued that he started to fade out and then burnt out. I'm sorry. He started to fade away and then burnt out. Because the last thing you saw from him, Neighbors, that was a disaster. And it's possible we may never have seen anything good from him again. And then where would he be now? Instead, he died, and he's a legend.
I love the where would he be now? As if somehow he's better off that he's dead. Somehow, well, lucky for him, he died. Fucking bizarre. It's a really odd way people think. The way they get caught up in popular culture. Very strange. Very strange. Dave, are you going to work out this problems you have with Suggums, or what's happening? It seems like you run a lot of problems with a lot of people anymore. Every time I look around, something's going on with you.
Yeah, no, it's just, you know, we have a contextual relationship on ronfez.net. PMs back and forth, a little anger, a little, you know, fuckface.
Well, who are you getting along with? Are you getting along with anybody? I don't even know if I know Suggums. Do you know him?
I don't think I know Suggums.
Yeah. I hear all this hate from you.
Stugatz. I get along with Stugatz.
Oh, you know what? I just got a thing from Stugatz. I just got an email from him. Believe it or not, he wants to hook up with the Radio Shark. Do you have the Radio Shark's number, Earl?
No,
I know he doesn't go on the internet.
He doesn't give me any information. He's
I know,
just
he's
so shadowy.
so strange. He looks so much like he's about to start filming Taxi Driver. I was looking at him the other night. It looked like he was doing New York, New York. There was just something about the shirt that he was wearing. He was De Niro in New York, New York. Anyway, Stugatz says he wants to rent a car from Taxi Driver for when he and his chick get married. From not from Taxi Driver, from Radio Shark. Because we said that the Shark had the old cars. So try to hook those two guys up together. Who else are you battling with now?
I just have little battles here and there. A lot of people, you know, Dave has AIDS. He's a guy. Frenchie and I had a battle at the Blue Room the other night. She called. She was yelling at me.
Frenchie is the young lady who's a very good friend of.
I love her.
Yeah.
Everyone gets along with Frenchie. How could you have a battle with her?
I don't know. I was at the bar on Wednesday, and she started yelling at me saying, you know, don't ever say my business on the air, and I'm going to crush... She said she's going to crush me like a maggot.
I wish she would.
And I was like, where is this coming from? Bobby Pantera is sitting next to her, and he's the best, too. I love Bobby, and he was trying to calm her down. But then he got mad at me a little bit because I forgot to call him back when he asked me to play stickball with him. But really, it's Frenchie. It's Frenchie, so she gets in saying, you know, Dave talks about my business on the air.
You do.
I don't. What did I say about her?
You broke the story about her and Bronx Johnny. You always talk about her.
Well,
you're a gossip. You're running a gossip column out here.
I thought that was common knowledge. I just wanted to share with everyone that, you know, Bronx Johnny, who I love, and Frenchie were going out. I don't think I would talk about.
You broke the story when they were breaking up.
Yeah.
Johnny, grab a mic over here. Do you think that she has any right for this heat, or?
Yeah, she does, man. That's her business. You shouldn't really be airing shit out on the air like that, man.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to air business.
I wish I was there when she was giving you a face job. I wish I saw her laying you out. It would have made my night.
There's a picture of it on ronfez.net. And
I'm blown up, and I'd like both of you to sign it for me, and I'm going to hang it up in the office.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of weird paparazzi got that shot, but I'm actually horrified as she's tongue lashing me to hell.
Here's one of your problems too. You forget what you do when you're drunk.
That's true.
And you act like everybody else should. and act like, hey, you know, that's not even remembered. And there is always word going on around you about that.
Yeah, I know. I definitely say things. I tend to have more loose lips when I'm drinking. I'm trying to curb that.
What do you
though.
think? What are you going to sink?
By
ship.
By
loose lips sink ships.
Right. That's
so would you like to apologize now, or would you rather just give us more gossip?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. I'd like to wish her and Bobby good luck on their new voyage.
Oh, no. That's nobody's business.
She just told you.
I was just...
What new voyage?
The friends talking here.
Another ship just sank.
We're just friends talking. That's all we are. But I would also like to say I'm sorry.
How did you defend yourself when you got yelled at?
I had my mouth wide open and was kind of close to tears. At that point, I was thoroughly drunk. And
was she just screaming at you?
Yeah.
Just really ripping you new one?
Oh, she scolded me.
I get stuff from Earl all the time that he feels like you gossip too much.
Yeah? Earl says that about me?
Yeah, and that night, Earl, when you had a young lady friend stop by, I was a foot and a half in the door when Dave met me. Did you see who's here? See the angle Earl's working? So for some reason, you're very, very interested. Like you're page 6 of RonFez.net. You're the page 6 gossip columnist of Who's With Who.
Well, I care about my friends, is I think the thing. And I like
Not one of these people considers you a friend.
Yeah, well, that is the odd twist.
And then you're shocked by it.
I'm surprised.
Frenchie, you're on the air, honey.
Hi guys, how are you?
I heard you ripped the redhead a new ass.
Yeah, but it wasn't quite as he's explaining it. I told him that I was kind of upset of how he blasted Winnie Cooper's business on the air.
Oh yeah, that's true. You did do that.
Oh, I did that as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I know she won't even show up anymore the bar nights.
Right. I said how well that she had handled it, and that I wouldn't have handled that so well. And Dave doesn't tell Ronnie everything that he does either.
Like what? What has he done that maybe I should hear about?
He's not supposed to hang out with listeners when you guys are off the air.
Oh, is that right?
Really? I didn't hang out with anybody.
After you've already been told you can't because you get too drunk?
No.
Like who, Frenchie?
Get out of here.
Like Bobby Pantera.
Oh.
Fucking him.
No.
He wasn't over your house?
Oh, he lives in my neighborhood and dropped by. What am I going to turn down Bobby Pantera? It's like turning down fucking John the Baptist.
I don't get it.
I told Bobby to tell Dave that I would tell you guys, and his stomach went up. Bobby said his face went completely white, and he was like, tell her not to, tell her don't.
Oh, is that it? You're telling people not to tell me and Fez things?
No, not at all. You said you had some gossip about me of sexual nature, which I was very...
Bobby Pantera, obviously.
No, you didn't mention Bobby Pantera at all. You said it was sexual. And I'm like, whatever you think you know, it's not accurate because I only have Claire, so please don't tell Ron Fez any gossip that's not true. At least. I might be a gossip worm, but I will get details 60% accurate.
No, that's a lie. And then B, you gossip about your own girlfriend. We have to hear the things that she yells out during sex, the positions she likes, the positions she don't like.
That's not gossip. That's storytelling.
Mr. B, she can't come on top. I don't know what it is.
When he knows, it makes her cry.
Well, that part I like.
No, that's just guy talk. I don't consider that gossip.
No, that's not guy talk.
No?
Fucking talking about girlfriends? No.
Well, anyway, Frenchie, look, I'm not trying...
You're a liar. You're a liar.
Absolutely not.
I didn't say anything. You said I said.
You absolutely did. You didn't mention anything about Bobby Pantera. If that's what it was, I would have said, go tell Ron Fez.
And anything else you want to tell us?
I don't think so. But, Frenchie, do you have any other...
Do I?
Yeah. Well, then, no. No, I don't have anything else to tell.
All right, Frenchie.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Love you.
I really love to have that picture blown up, put in the office, signed by both of you.
Okay. I'll get that.
And maybe if you could even personalize it by going, hey, Ron, this is so embarrassing for me. Eastside Dave.
Okay. I'll work on that right away. It's on ronfez.net.
Here's Paul. Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Dave, I thought you didn't drink during the week.
Yeah, what happened to that? I'm not a during the week
buddy?
drinker.
I decided to let my hair down for that one night, and
All right, buddy. See ya.
Your hair's never been down at all, has it? That Irish afro you got was sporting?
no, I look like a retarded version of Carrot Top, like even uglier than he is when I grow the hair long.
Is that possible? Is it possible to do anything more than
sitting right here in front of you?
Both of you are missing an eyebrow, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. And people always do that. Like if I'll, go online to a diner just to get a cheeseburger, when my hair's long, people are like, hey, what do you want, Carrot Top? Oh, how do you want that burger cooked?
You're fucking kidding me.
No, they actually...
I'd be fucking throwing down if anyone thought they could make an immediate nickname for me.
I know. It really pisses me off. Well, what I do is I leave the diner instantly. That's what I do. I don't give them my business.
In tears? Just running out with the fucking dead arm run? Running all the way back to Jersey to your mom? So people will actually say to you, what can I do for you, Carrot Top?
Yeah, when my hair's longer, they do that all the time. Oh, don't let Carrot Top, whatever. Girls called me at one time, called me that name when I was at a diner at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was really, really humiliating.
I had no idea that you suffered this kind of racism.
Yeah.
Reverse racism.
It's the truth. People think they can always mock the redheads right to your fucking face. It's insane.
Tall people get it too. With the fucking Stretch. Hey, Stretch. What do you say?
I always think about that, too. I'm like, you're a 250-pound black woman. There's a lot of names I could yell at you.
Why don't you? Drop the F-bomb.
I'm going to.
Don't like this. I like a cheeseburger, Mamie. Here's Phil. Phil, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez. How's it going?
Don't worry about that, Phil. You talk to us, though.
Town and Country Plastics is the best place. Hey, Carrot Top.
Fuck you, Phil. How about that?
See,
Ron's taught me well.
It does happen to you. I had no idea.
Yeah.
CT, I didn't know they were throwing that shit at you.
You must get red and just all the redheaded nicknames.
I get red all the time.
Bruce, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I got some gossip about Claire. I seen her at a McDonald's with another man the other day. Tall, really white, redheaded guy.
That was me.
No, it was Ronald McDonald. He gave her a Happy Meal. She blew him in the bathroom.
All right.
There's a long way to go for a fucking joke that's been done 150 times.
And to speak of that joke, they used to call me Kid Ron on Little League team one time. I was Kid Ron for Kid Ronald McDonald, and that was the worst nickname. And I did get into a fight then, and I got into a fight with this kid, Chris.
Hit somebody in the face with a bat when you're on a ball team. I was just fucking open up their face. Character, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez. Hey, look, Dave is a weasel. Everybody should know that. Anybody ever talks to him should know he's going to tell everybody's business. So everybody's surprised about it.
Yeah, I consider what I do just like chatting. I mean, don't people chat? Don't people rap with one another? And if we go out together,
no. But your thing is, for whatever reason, for a grown man, you are interested in who's hooking up.
Oh, yeah.
And you spread that stuff around.
I love tales of romance, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Well,
so don't be surprised when the people who find themselves the subject of your tales are a little pissed off about it.
All right.
You got caught reading Earl's emails.
Well,
here's Angry Tall Guy. You're on Ron and Fez.
Yo, what's happening, buddies?
Yeah.
Look, I just want to throw something out there for all those people that think they can come up to us tall folk, and talk shit to us like that, Like
the whole how's the weather up there gimmick, like that's not been done
there's a
for 140 years.
You fucking dial up and ask.
Yeah.
See, I got my little comebacks and shit, but...
Why don't you just say this? Weather patterns don't change by 7 or 8 inches.
Like I said,
I'm not going to get snow here.
Nah, I tell them there's a phone.
How tall are you?
Dial up and ask. 6'11".
All right, 6'11". 6'11" is a pretty decent height. You're going to stick out of a crowd at 6'11".
Did he? Well, wow. It's so weird when you hear like a non-athlete, a non-basketball player at 6'11". It isn't that?
It really is odd, and that's the other thing about basketball players is a lot of times you see tall people, and it looks like they have trouble dealing with their height.
Right.
You'll see them with a cane or whatever. And then basketball players are running up and down the gym.
That's the only time they look normal, is on the court. then if you see them in any sort of interview setting or anything else, they just look like so gigantic, like their head's going to hit the top of the TV studio.
So this whole thing of don't pick on people by their physical things, that's out the window for you, is it?
I haven't caught on to it yet.
Stenty?
Even on the court, though,
that's mean.
Basketball people, like I got second row seats to the Knicks game one time, and I was shocked at how freakish Patrick Ewing was. Like, I thought he was going to eat me.
I mean, it's amazing. I've been on the floor, too. And those guys bouncing around, it's just knees are so high and the elbows are just really sharp and shoulders. You're like, what the fuck? You're like, I've never even seen one person like this. And now 10 are running by me very fast.
We did a thing with the Nets once, and Sean Bradley, who was 7'6", the other players were just kind of like gawking at how big this guy was.
Like guys that are 6'10" go, Jesus Christ. Look at Bradley. Is he tall and thin?
I'm always amazed at the clothes. Just that there's pants and suit jackets that big.
You have them specially made. Most of those guys, it's not just big and tall store for them. They have a tailor. Of course, when you're making $22 million a year, you can come up with your own tailor. Hey, Bob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, you know what else they say about redheads?
What's that?
Red on the head like dick on the dog.
Red on the head like dick on dog?
Sorry.
I don't understand.
Well, sure.
I know I shaved my pubic hair, if that's what he was referring to, some sort of fire crotch comment.
Did when you were a little kid, you have to take the redhead jokes all the time?
All the time. The Kid Ron, the fire crotch, and, of course, Ruby Puby. My personal favorite. Yeah, Ruby Puby.
The only thing I remember from school is I'd rather be dead than red on the head, when you would yell that at a kid.
I remember, your brain must be rusting, your hair turned red.
Never heard that one.
That one I heard a lot.
And it's a shame. I mean, there have been cool redheaded people. You know, like Eric Stoltz. I mean, there have been.
Eric Stoltz is your fucking Marlon Brando? That's the one that you're aiming to?
That's pretty much it.
Jesus Christ.
He's carrying the banner.
The guy from Some Kind of Wonderful is somebody that he can look forward to.
I was thinking Pulp Fiction. But...
yeah, he had a big part. Keith, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I got acronym for that red on the head like a dick on a dog. It's Rafladode. So
what's the whole saying mean? I've never heard it.
Neither have I.
Rafladode. It's just a name for
no. What do you mean by saying red on the head like dick on a dog?
Like the dick on the dog, the head is their helmet is red when it pokes out of the seat there.
So you're saying he has the hair color of a dog dick.
Yeah. Okay. It's probably exactly.
That's a lot for an insult.
Thanks for adding one more.
Why are some prejudices okay? Why can people judge this fucking retard without even meeting him?
No idea.
No eyebrowed, no skin pigmentation fucking weirdo. He's already got enough fucking problems.
And strangers do it all the time. And I had a black guy say to me one time at White Castle, "Are you an albino?" Just curious as could be. Just asked me, "Hey, are you an albino?" And I'm like, I'm just here to get my crave, to finish my crave.
The only person I ever asked that to was Johnny Winter. I go, "You an albino?" Stephanie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Hey, buddy girl.
Hey, I just wanted to quote the great Eric Cartman, "All gingers must die." See ya.
All gingers must die.
Well, you know who's also ginger? Angie Everhart, Nicole Kidman. So let's not get carried away here.
So you actually have some kind of redheaded pride
I do.
Where you throw it out there and go, well, when it comes to the redheaded prejudice, it's never against the women.
No.
The women are considered very attractive. It's the men that take the full brunt. And you brought this up when you're a little kid, everybody thinks you're adorable.
Yes, when I'm a little kid, I'm the kid on the copper tone bottle, and I get the cheek, squeezed, and everyone and old women are saying, "Whoa, what gorgeous hair!" And the young females, there's no gorgeous hair anymore, and I don't understand what it is.
At what point did they turn on you? What age did you get where you went, wait a minute, the redheaded magic has left, and now it's turned into a curse?
13. That's like 7th grade. and the hormones start to kick in, and instead of the cute little redhead, it's, look at that ugly fucking freak.
Wow.
So redheaded puberty is the end of the fun.
And you had no idea it was coming, huh? You thought, I'll always have this charming red hair that everybody seems to love.
Mr. Popular, and the girls are going to like me and everything.
And they liked you when you were a little boy?
12 years old is my peak of my life.
Well, when you're like in third grade, the girls used to
They
like you.
liked me then, too.
Used to chase you.
They
used to
absolutely
kick you,
liked me, yeah.
And then all of a sudden they think you're hideous.
Right at 13.
And now, as an adult, you said you've barely been laid. You've got, what, 3 women?
About 3, yes.
About. What the
Close
fuck do you
to
mean?
it.
2?
Maybe.
Did you fuck 2 women and a finger bang?
No, there was intercourse.
Then why won't you come up with the definite 3?
I forget what I told Claire.
Oh, okay. So,
she doesn't, more on the
What do you think,
list
she'll break up with you if she finds out? I thought it was 2.
No, but...
Which would be bad news for her, if you had been with more women or less women?
More. She's very into health.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
A 3 on this show puts you fucking solidly in second place.
Thank you.
Oh, Bronx Johnny, of course. I'm not throwing you in. I was talking to the senior members. I know you've got pussy.
Earl was trying with Jackie, though.
Was he?
Yeah. He was talking to her for a while.
But then what does that mean?
She looked entertained. I was proud.
How far did you get?
I didn't get... We talked. That's all we were doing.
I saw you guys. You look like 2/3 of the Mod Squad.
No, but
Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, talking about Sean Bradley, I went to college with him. We had the same major, and I would have to sit behind this 7'6" dude several times a week. It was horrible.
He'd have to be in the fucking last row.
Yeah, what was he doing?
Move on back, big man. Yeah, I know. Yeah, don't act like you can't see the board. Wasn't he a Mormon or some crazy shit?
Yeah, I think he was.
Some crazy religion, some sick, wild, bizarre religion.
And he was never very good. Let's face it.
No, he wasn't.
As a Mormon?
As a Paul player.
Oh.
It seemed like, how could he not be? That's why he kept getting opportunity after opportunity. Like, he's got to somehow work this thing out of putting your hands up and picking up a rebound. The thing is, the guy could get boxed out by a fucking squirrel.
Yeah. Well, Charles Barkley decked him. And Charles Barkley is 6'4", and at that time in his late 30s.
Yeah, Charles Barkley, nothing like a pussy like Barkley.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What is wrong with you?
No, but what I'm saying is...
He was 3 bills. He's fucking Bradley weighed 140 at his fucking top.
But I'm just saying, by height alone, you should be able to out-rebound Charles Barkley, who is one of the greatest rebounders, don't get me wrong, but just by height. You're over.
Yeah, but you know
taller.
you're gonna fucking take it with Barkley. You know it's aggressive under there.
I suppose, but you're over a foot taller.
I mean, you couldn't have given a worse. I'm sure that you would have been able to defend your position by yelling out so many names.
Gerald Wilkins.
Thank you. Then we all went, whoa, jeez. But you yell out Barkley, of course he's going to fucking end up tasting some hardwood. Hey, Angry Ginger, you're on Ron and Fez.
Oh, I'd love to be on Fez. 675-8941-25853.
What can we do for you, idiot? It's fucking 2 bad jokes right away. 3 and you're out.
3, fuck. I'm out.
And it's 1, 2. Hey, here's Ryan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
I'm a skinny dude, and people just make comments to me in public, people I don't even know. And I don't understand, like...
What kind of things they say to you? How's the tapeworm?
Yeah, well, shit like that. Yeah, well, not that bad, but they'll be like, oh, here's another slice of pizza, you could use it, or some shit like that.
Yeah, what do they say to you? Oh, there's some strings hanging out your shirt? Wait, that's your arms? Fuckers,
yes.
What do they do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, they won't say that to fat people. I don't understand why it's okay to say it.
A fat guy will fucking drop them. That's the fucking big difference. I'm not going to go to all these bad ones. I only want somebody here who really is going to defend Dave, because I didn't know you had to deal with all this kind of shit.
No, well, it's been a burden for a long time. I really despise, and I've said this before. I've threatened it before. I am going to dye my hair one day black.
I definitely want to see you do it.
Like Alec Baldwin black.
Alec Baldwin black. That actually is a new Lady Clairol color where it's on there. Hey, Randall, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, you were talking about women, redheaded women. I'm a gay guy. I love redheaded guys. You put Dave in a gay bar, and he's going to be eaten up.
Now, literally. Now, why is that, Randall?
I don't know why that is. It's just they're exotic, good looking. I'm just attracted to them, and I know a lot of guys who are.
Now, did you know this, Dave?
I wasn't aware of this, but I appreciate it, Randall.
You know what we ought to do?
Yeah.
Send you down Christopher Street one night, let you do a run through, see how many times you get hit on.
I'd love to do that.
Then it won't be insults. It'll be all compliments.
I think it falls back into that thing of, and women have no idea this, guys are so fucking open to sex, they're not going to turn it down with anyone.
Yeah.
And if you happen to be a gay guy, it means you get laid all the time. Because if you say that you're gay, it's now as hard for you to get laid as it is for a woman to get laid. Which means not at all. 100%.
But also, if men like redheaded women, it would make sense that gay guys would like redheaded men, you know? So maybe there is something to that.
Yeah, maybe there is. Why don't you run down?
All right, I'll try.
Why don't you go down tonight, have a couple of drinks, put on something nice.
I'm wearing my nice shirt today.
No, I'm going to have Earl run, get your full makeover.
Okay.
Get your full makers so you fit in the fucking gay bar.
That pink shirt, right?
I mean,
like a
pink
pink
shirt? It doesn't have to be pink. Right? For instance, the shirt you have now, you haven't ironed it. So you look like an unmade bed. That's not going to look good in the gay world.
Okay, I have to
All right, and you also have the stains in the armpits because of, I guess, some kind of roll-on that you're using.
Yeah, well, no, it's a roll. Yeah, it's a roll.
All right, so that's not going to look good in the gay community.
He is going to need a whole new shirt. Every one of his shirts has the pit stains.
And I could use some new shoes too, Earl.
Jeremy, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddies?
You should have been here yesterday for ELO. Got in line behind fucking Big A. Well, what do you got for us, Jeremy?
Hey, with all this abuse, Dave his favorite song is probably Holding Back the Years by that other redheaded douche.
Yeah, what's that guy's name from Simply Red?
Oh, right. I don't know his name, but
was that the big redheaded hit? Why don't you try to start a redhead bar?
A redhead bar?
Yeah.
What, so wait, the only people who allowed in are redheads, that's like your card?
Right.
I'd love to. Me, Kathleen from the Bronx, she'd be there.
Why are you going to drag her into your world when she's a beautiful young lady?
She's great. David Caruso?
Yes, David Caruso, yes. I knew he was going to try to drag Kathleen in. And she gets her feelings hurt all the time when she hears me and Fez ripping them redheaded jokes on you.
She shouldn't. They've made it clear it's about me and redhead males. Redhead male.
Why would you bring her name up and said she's got to go to the freak bar?
No,
it's the only place where she belongs is what you're trying to say.
It's not going to be called the freak bar. It'll be called Reddy's.
Rough and Reddy's.
Why don't you call it Friendies? You'll be the big cheese down at Friendies.
Maybe Reddy's Friendies.
Eric, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Eric.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? I miss Baby Love Fez.
Baby Love Watley, a lot of fun yesterday. Fez, where are you on the adoption right now?
I was so tired after watching that baby for 3 hours. I couldn't imagine doing it for another 21. But I loved holding her. And last night I fell asleep and I actually had this moment where I jerked myself awake.
Oh. I bet you do that a lot.
Not in a bad way.
What if you jerked yourself in front of the baby, Fez? You can't do that.
But all of a sudden I woke up wondering where Baby Love was, because I had her in my arms for so long yesterday. All of a sudden I got nervous that I didn't have the baby.
All right, let me go back to my original question where I was. Scale 1 to 10. Where are you?
I'm 50-50.
Scale 1 to 10, he's 50-50. I fucking have a bag of nickels that I'm climbing up the steps with. All right, what can we do for you, Eric?
I was just wanting to tell Dave that it's not so much that he has red hair, because I have red hair and I do okay with the ladies. It's more that he's a bitch and he likes to talk gossip.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, it might be that...
Well, I
feel good,
you know,
actually,
I tell that to guys all the time. It's very rare that a woman won't like a fucking hip guy, a confident guy, a guy who's not flailing around screaming out shit the way you do.
All right, well, that makes me feel better, actually. I'll try to be cooler. Well, I'll wear sunglasses and stuff.
Toulouse-Lautrec used to get fucking women.
Yeah.
And he was the freak of his fucking time. And he used to bang the hell out of them.
That's true. That that Kevin James has a real hot wife. I wouldn't say he's a good looker.
Yeah, he opened up his wallet one day, and there she was, fucking running over to see him.
And that's beautiful.
We'll take a break. Right back, Ron and Fez.
Ronnie, Fezzy, the Ron and Fez Show, XM 202.
Back with the Ron and Fez Show. 866-RON-0-FEZ. That's the toll-free phone number. Or you can always email us at ronandfez@aol.com. The L.A. Sheriff's Department saying for now they will not release Mel Gibson's drunk driving arrest video. So that's still being kept under wraps. I guess the only way that gets released is if Mel decides to fight the charges and this thing goes to trial. Then it gets released as some sort of evidence.
Yeah. Well, he's already in rehab, right?
Yeah, recovery. They won't say rehab.
I thought they did say that he checked into some, whatever it is, some famous rehab out there.
Oh, I hadn't heard that one.
So if that happened, it'll help him a lot if this is his first DUI. And I don't know whether it is or not, so probably won't much happen to him.
It seems like in this day and age, that video's getting out. Somebody's got it. Someone's got a copy of a copy of a copy, and we'll be seeing it on YouTube or something else soon.
Here is Bob. Bob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Love the show. I just wanted to call, tell Dave that Clay Aiken died from Red to Black 2.
Thanks. You know, the name Clay Aiken comes up on this show more than I would have ever expected. Almost every day, somebody will pop the name Clay Aiken out. How you doing, somebody?
Hiya. Actually, Clay Aiken's got another album coming out. He's going head-to-head with Ruben Studdard. I think, again, their albums are coming out in the same week in September.
I guess they're not even buddies, huh?
No.
The way we were always told. It's not like they hang out together.
You know, that season of Idol, they tried to make them out. Remember there was talk after that season that there was going to be a movie, like a From Justin to Kelly movie, but with Clay and Ruben?
I hadn't heard all this.
Oh, yeah, where it was they were supposed to be like an odd couple. And that never happened.
What happens when a large black man has sex with a thin white man? Ba-dum-da-dum-da-dum. Here's Bill. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, there's a big misunderstanding here. Mel Gibson is not at the Betty Ford Clinic going under rehab. He's at the Henry Ford Clinic for anti-Semites.
Nice one. 866 Ron 0 Fez. I consider that a joke. I'm very proud of him. Very, very proud of that call.
So, Mel, we don't know when we'll actually see his face again. We were getting an apology every day, but that was about it.
I think it's normally, 9 weeks now? What is the normal rehab thing? Because the insurance companies normally set it up. The rehab used to last a lot longer, and then the insurance companies said, well, this is exactly how long we'll pay for. And they went, well, we can do it. We can do it in that time limit. So if the insurance company only offers to pay for 11 days, they'll do it for 11 now.
It'll be interesting who we get to see first, Fidel Castro or Mel Gibson.
Doug, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I just want to let you know, I read either last night or this morning that Mel's doing like an outpatient rehab type deal, and it's got a lot of people pissed off because they're saying it's not enough, and it kind of hinted that it was just like more or less AA meetings, and that was about the end of it.
Yeah, unless he checks in, it doesn't seem like it's all that big of a commitment.
Right.
I mean, we want him to be uncomfortable. That's where we are as a society. We want you to be uncomfortable.
Well, then it starts to feel like a penance towards the Jewish religion.
Well, he's not in trouble. You don't go to rehab for anti-Semitic remarks, and you don't get arrested for anti-Semitic remarks. It's the DUI. Now, if you're going to get busted, be rich. It's always what I try to tell people. If they're going to get in any kind of trouble, be rich. It's very, very helpful.
Well, the article's out this week where what's going to happen to Mel if he's convicted on these 3 charges he's facing, 6 months in jail. There's no way he's going to see a month in a cell.
I don't think he's going to see any time, tell you the truth. Unless he has DUIs in his past, I don't think he's going to see a minute. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, boys?
Hey.
Hey, did you guys check out the superhero show last night? It was pretty funny. These girls getting pelted by the attack dogs.
I really don't watch the superhero show. Fez?
Yeah, I watched the second episode of Stan Lee's reality show. It is the worst thing on television, I think. That's kind of hard to say with so many bad things, but it is right up there bad.
My shows that I have now, Tabloid Wars, where they follow these guys around from the Daily News, is kind of fun. Maybe only if you happen to be a New Yorker. Throwdown with Bobby Flay is my favorite show running right now.
I've got one of those on the TiVo that I haven't seen yet, so I still got to check that one out. I'm trying to think. Then I'm Big Brother and Project Runway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sticking with Hell's Kitchen.
I'm done with Project Runway.
You're done?
You're dead to me, Tim Gunn. Dead to me. When they threw Keith out, I'm over it. And maybe because Tim Gunn hates Earl and won't do our show. Earl, can you even get a call back from him?
No, they keep shunning me.
Do you want somebody else to take over booking? This was your worst week as a booker.
It was my worst 2 weeks as a booker.
2 weeks you've got nobody, right?
Yeah, I've been isoled.
And speaking of which, Dave got the guest yesterday, David Burke, who, I got to tell you the truth, Dave, I fucking love that guy. I loved his little sprays, his funny sprays, and his whole attitude. So make sure we send one of those notes to him.
Will do. That's affirmative.
Should have been done yesterday. I want to try to keep up on you guys to act like what? Pro what?
Deucers.
Yeah, deucers. So you're out as the booking guy, Earl?
No, I am not out as the booking guy, but things will change, definitely.
Yes, things are going to change. We need a new booker.
No,
You know who I'd love to be our booker?
Who's that?
Booker. Where is he now? Is he in Philly?
Yes, he's done.
How's he doing down there?
I think he's doing morning drive. He's still kind of new. They don't know.
Oh, he must have been thrilled when O&A came to Philly. That must have been very exciting for him.
Yeah, that was a nice boost of confidence.
The same guys that had their boot in his teeth for fucking how many years? Well, did he have a team when he was in New York?
Yeah, he had a team. I know.
It was Booker and...
Well, when he was at Blink, he was Booker and Lopez.
No, before he was at Blink...
Yeah, he was at K-Rock. I know, and for a while, Al was part of that team.
No, that was after Blink.
Yeah.
Oh, he did nights.
Yeah, and he did nights. But
yeah, you're right. So he never was up against O&A. Kane was up against O&A.
Yeah, Kane and, was it Kane and Altar Boy or something like that?
Yeah, I don't remember the whole gimmick, yeah.
But, I mean, just the fights.
There's no more embarrassing job than radio. Radio is the most... I think wrestlers look over at radio and go, you guys are so fucking weird. Andy Mike wants to bring up the Big Brother thing.
Won't you, Big Brother? Big Brother.
It's a Big Brother update.
By the way, so many people ask me where that song's from. No one knows the fucking 1984 album?
Apparently not.
What was the name of that album? Was it?
It was Diamond Dogs.
Diamond Dogs is the name of it, yeah. Andy Mike.
Hey.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
All right. I answered somebody's question about that on Whackbag the other day about what song. I just guessed it was David Bowie. I couldn't remember it, but I thought it sounded like him.
Yeah, Diamond Dogs was a pretty big album, and I guess it just had no legs.
Yeah.
Rebel still gets played.
Yeah, and
I think that's it, though.
It's like a big concept record. It's a really good album.
Yeah, it was doing 1984. It was George Orwell.
Yeah.
The 1984 thing, he kind of put that to music, and I thought Diamond Dogs was a big hit, but maybe not. What's happening, Mike?
You tell me what you want to know, because they left everything hanging last night. So.
Well, Fez, did you watch Big Brother last night?
I watched Big Brother last night. Diane went home, and as they went off the air, there was a big spider web head of household competition.
Who would you like to see win the HOH? Because
I would have liked to see Mike Boogie or Will win the HOH, just to see it go away from the Season 6 alliance, see exactly what would have happened then.
Well, it is no longer with the Season 6 alliance.
Oh,
do you
really?
want to know?
Yeah, I want to know.
Spoiler alert. Alert. If you don't want to know, turn your radio off and leave it off for the rest of the day. Mike, tell him who's...
Well, Will, just since he mentioned his name, Will jumped off about 10 minutes after the show.
He never wants to do it.
And everybody else, they kept him on there for about an hour, and then they made him start hanging by their arms and legs, and that's when people started really dropping. And in the end, Danielle is the one that won head of household.
Yeah.
Danielle hung in there.
Yep, she did. Howie was the last season sixer to go, and as soon as he went, it was down to him and Erica, or down to Danielle and Erica. And Erica just kind of looked at Danielle and said, "Do you want it?" And Danielle said, "Yes." And Erica just dropped off and let Danielle have it.
Sure. So looks like some Sixers are going to be leaving this week.
Yeah, chances are it's going to be one of the season 6 people this week.
All right, my friend.
Hey, take care.
Peace out.
Thanks, Indy Mike.
Won't you be brother, big brother? It's a Big Brother update.
Wade, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie. For your information, that is at least Mel Gibson's second DUI charge. He was charged here in Toronto in 1984, making a left-hand turn and hit another car.
All right, here's the weird thing, though. It happened in another country and 20 years ago. You hold that against the guy if you're the judge?
No.
No, I don't bring it up.
No, 20 years apart, I don't think it really shows a true pattern of behavior.
And in a different, what is it about the fact that he says, I'm an alcoholic, might show a pattern of behavior. But the fact that it took place in a different country altogether.
I would say they got no jurisdiction and you can't look at it. That would be my guess. Religious leaders in Italy, they're condemning Madonna's plans for a mock crucifixion stage act when she performs in Rome. So
I'm confused by the news. What?
The religious leaders in Italy, they're pissed at Madonna.
No, the religious leaders in Italy is the Pope?
Well, actually, it's Muslim leaders, Jewish leaders, and Catholic leaders all pissed at Madonna.
Let's think. Look at Italy. Let's see how many Catholics they have compared with Muslims and Jews.
Probably overwhelming there. Probably 99% and 1% divvied up between the other two. And a spokesman for the Pope said that Madonna should be excommunicated from the church.
Well, you work for the guy that can do it. What are you going to do? Start counting a sign or turn around behind you and go ahead and excommunicate her?
So he also said this borderlines on blasphemy.
Borderline, I get it.
So I'm not sure exactly what she has to do to go all the way into blasphemy.
Well, let's face it, Jesus isn't the only person who's ever been crucified.
Oh, right, yeah. A lot of the other disciples, too, besides...
No, and you see people in movies crucified. Is that blasphemy? Why does it only take place if it's on stage?
Yeah, maybe it's because she's not acting out the passion play. Maybe for some reason it has to be put into that context.
Why?
I don't know what the rules are on it.
There are no rules. There are no rules about who can act like they're crucified or not.
So she thought about not doing this for the Rome show. She's been doing it elsewhere in the concert tour.
Now, by the way, you say that like this is crucified. Have you seen the picture of it?
No.
It's a big neon cross, and she's standing on a ledge in front of it. So it's not like anything's being acted out where she's getting her hands nailed up or whatever.
I know she wears a fancy crown of thorns in this thing when she does it.
Well,
I read that.
I wouldn't expect to see the tacky one.
So they're very upset about it. I guess she has plans that she's going to continue to... She's not going to take this out of the show, even though there's excommunication talk now. But she's got a lot of people upset about it.
Well, people are going to be upset. People, excuse me. People don't like to see any of that kind of stuff done. Excuse me. A little bit of smoke in here. Hey, there's a nature boy.
Listen up! This is the Nature Boy! And apparently, it's that time, once again, when the whole world is supposed to stop what it's doing, forget about the Middle East, ignore the global heat, put Cuba on the back burner, and everyone look at Madonna. Look who's here to shock us once again, the immaterial girl. What happened, Madge? You pick up a paper and didn't see yourself in it? That's gotta be traumatic. So you decide to rile up all the Catholics and Christians with a mock crucifixion of yourself. I just hope they screw up and use real nails. Madonna's gonna grab some headlines by offending a huge religious group. Who do you think you are, Madonna? Mel Gibson? Right now, Mel's lawyers should be planning a lawsuit against you for gimmick infringement. What really gets to me, Gaptooth, is that you're taking the easy way out. You know that tying yourself to a cross is the simplest way to get a rise out of people. Guess what, kids? Grandma's finally run out of ideas. Woo! Clever, Madonna. Now all you are is Ann Coulter with better dance moves. You want to shock us, Madonna? How about a hit movie once in a while, sweetheart? Woo! That would stop us in our tracks as we await with anticipation the sequel, Swept Away to Whoa! How about reaching into that vault and spending some money on cosmetic dentistry? Or are the teeth all part of your plan to be British? Whoa! Or maybe the problem is closer to home, Mrs. Ritchie. Maybe all this attention grabbing is because you're not getting the attention you need from your husband. Maybe Guy isn't the man. Whoa! Because to be the man, you gotta beat the guy, and I'm just the man to do it. Madonna, all you gotta do is climb off that cross and climb aboard Space Mountain, baby! Woo! For the ride of a lifetime that will last all night long! Woo! And again, that's the easy way, Madonna. A night of passion, champagne, and cab fare. It comes highly recommended. Just ask television's Mary Hart. Or we can do this the hard way. That's where you keep taunting the Pope in his hometown, and instead of a pretend cross and thorns, you find yourself in a very real side headlock, into a hip toss, and finally onto the business end of a figure four leg lock. Ladies' choice. Woo! Because we are the Ron and Fez Show, God's favorite program on his green earth. So don't screw around, honey. We're the badass Rob Bennington. Woo! The Road Dog Fez Murray. And I am, by God, the Nature Boy. And Madonna, you may not like it, but you will learn to what? Love it! Why? Bottom line, because we are the best thing going today.
The Nature Boy, ladies and gentlemen. There he goes, the Nature Boy. The Nature Boy. Is that you, Earl?
Yes.
I was mistimed.
Sorry.
Very mistimed. Jeremy, you're on the Ron and Fez Show.
Yeah, is this Jeremy?
Yes, I guess it is.
Yeah, I just want to tell Fez I love the caddy moment.
Hey, Pinch, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, great John Brady impression, Fez, man. That was awesome.
Thank you. Here's Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Fezzy, best Fezatorial ever, buddy.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. I believe we can all agree with that one.
I'm not sure what they're talking about. I just passed the Nature Boy in the hallway on my way back in.
Where were you?
I had to run.
Where?
Bathroom?
Doing a show. Kevin, you're on the air.
Yeah, hey, glad to hear Star Jones back again.
Thank you. Here is Will.
I believe that was the Nature Boy.
Will, you're on, is there a difference? Will, you're on the Ron and Fez Show.
Fezzy, loving the Star Jones, buddy.
Thank you. Here is Young and Dumb. You're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Young and Dumb.
Yeah, Fezzy.
Yeah, buddy.
I wonder how you can be the road dog when you can't even find your way home.
You know, I don't know about the young, but the dumb is working out. Dan, you're on Ron and Fez. Dan.
Fezzy.
Yeah.
Fezzy, I'm a little concerned about your heart, brother. Should you be doing bits like that?
Don't worry about his heart. You got a clean bill. Dave, you're on the Ron and Fez Show.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey, buddy boy.
Hey, what do you think would happen if Madonna were to do the same thing except wear a turban or and lay with a pig or something like that?
Well, it's an interesting thing because I have no problem with Madonna doing this act. I don't think most people do. Yet you're right. When they did that a la cartoon, right. People were burning shit down, and then even a lot of people who were supposedly for free speech acted like, well, you got to be careful. You got to watch what you say because, innocent people can get killed.
Yeah, and condemning those Danish newspapers that were running that stuff.
And not only them, but whoever redid the things as well. So, give some credit to the Catholics for not burning shit down and acting ape shit wild, even if they are crying like bitches. Rob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Fez, I love the character. I was wondering if you could try and do Tossy the Salad for us.
866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ.
Tossy the Salad is not a character that I do.
Anymore.
I don't think I ever did that character. It just happened to be brought up at my parents' 50th wedding anniversary party.
Well, your dad's a card. Your dad's a card.
No, it wasn't him. It was someone who emailed you for some information and got Tossy the Salad as it.
Huh? John, you're on Ron and Fez. Let's hope no one was listening. I came up with that. Heard that. Hey, John.
I'm glad the Friday public apology's back.
It is nice to hear it back here, Fez. Who were you apologizing for?
That wasn't a public apology. That was the Nature Boy, Ronnie.
Jerry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Father Fez, great homily, you kid toucher.
Here is Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez. What's happening, buddy?
Hey, Fezzy, how you doing, buddy?
Good, pal.
I was wondering, since you don't really enjoy thinking about adopting a kid, maybe you and the Nature Boy could share responsibility babysitting Baby Love. See you.
That way there would be, a masculine figure for him in his life. On a scale 1 to 10 right now, Fez, 50-50 whether he will adopt. You were 7 on a scale of 1 to 10 before you spent the day with her. So I'm going to just say the bid ends. You're not going to adopt?
I don't think I'm going to adopt. I think that was...
back to think. I just would like to know when these things open and close. Hey, I'm in a conversation with ADF the other night, and he came up with this, and it kind of was an interesting thing to me. He says 2 kinds of people in the world: those that pour ketchup on the top and those that have ketchup on the side. And I never really thought about it. It is an interesting thing that you can go one way or the other. Now, ketchup, even though I'm not a big ketchup person, I ketchup on the side.
I ketchup on the side as well.
I don't want my fries soaked.
I like a big pool of ketchup on the side. I eat a lot of ketchup.
Right.
And I will do a big pool of it on the side just so it's not all over my fingers when I'm grabbing the fries.
I go in a different direction. Let's say you want some ketchup. You want the fresh ketchup. If it's poured on top, it's going to be soaked. You're not going to get that crisp fry snap because you're soaked in ketchup, unless you get to those fries immediately. My way of doing it, you get the ketchup that you love, but every fry stays crisp. Now, that whole salad dressing on the side won't do it. You cannot get the full tossed salad taste. You're not going to get all the leaves touched if you have the salad on the side, because no tossing takes place. Earl, what are you? Ketchup on top, ketchup on the side?
I prefer ketchup on the top. I like to drown them.
You like to drown it?
I like to drown it, and, there's just something...
Now, what about the new scene with the frites, with the kind of orange mayo that they use now instead of ketchup? You don't pour that on the top, do you?
Yeah, it doesn't change.
You would dump the whole thing on the top?
Yes, absolutely. I'm a
So
soaker.
You're a soaker?
Yeah.
And you agree with me that it's more a story of texture?
Yeah, I prefer the texture.
You like soggy food?
I like soggy food.
Are you a dipper?
Yes.
You're a donut dipper?
Donut, yes, with donuts, with milk, chocolate donut with milk, I dunk.
What about a sandwich?
No sandwich.
Nothing more disgusting to me. I've seen people do this before, dip a sandwich.
Oh, I would never dip a sandwich.
You don't have to. That's the beauty of living in this country. You don't have to do anything. Let me go over to you, Dave. Side or on top?
I like a nice dipping pool for the fries, but on the ketchup has to be on the burger itself.
Yes, nobody would dip their fucking sandwich. That would always be done.
I've seen
this
that.
is a fry.
I've seen actually people in Ireland dip their burger in the ketchup. They make a dipping pool for their ketchup.
All right, then when we find ourselves in Ireland and we're fucking talking about Irish rules football and shillelaghs, I'll give you a call and we'll do the whole show from there. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, buddy, what about grilled cheese?
Don't dip grilled cheese, Fezzy.
No, I don't dip it, not even in the tomato soup.
What if you're having nachos? On top, on the side?
That is on top.
Earl?
On top.
I'm a side guy. Same thing.
Really?
I want a crisp chip. I do not want a soggy chip.
I don't know. For the nachos, I don't mind the sog so much.
Mika, you're on Ron and Fez.
What up, buddies?
Yeah.
Hey, I got a comment about the Madonna story. You know, back in the Inquisition times, you know, Christians would, you know, kill people if you didn't agree with, you know, your religion.
I'm going to tell you right now, no one escapes the Spanish Inquisition.
Exactly. I love these guys calling in and say, well, Muslims would do all this and that, but without even realizing the history of their own religion.
Well, no, but we do live in modern times. These are modern times.
Sure. Also, love the malt vinegar on the fries.
There you go. That's more of a British thing, right?
Yeah, totally like the fish and chips.
Now, in Baltimore, gravy. Gravy and fries.
I like gravy and fries, and that's not a dipping thing like the ketchup. Gravy, I don't mind that soaking into the fries. If I'm in the gravy and fry mood, I like that soaked in the sogginess.
You use a fork then?
Yeah.
Okay, so you use a fork with your fries.
Yes.
That turns it into a whole different meal. That's a whole separate meal. You might as well be having mashed potatoes then. Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Steak sauce, a little bit of ketchup, and splash it good with some hot sauce on the side. The only way to have it.
On the side, because you want to keep the fries with some crispness. Not like Earl, soaking his fries in a pool because so he can get them down his old gums. Here is Manny. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, the best thing in a diner is getting crispy French fries and a bowl of brown gravy on the side for dipping.
For dipping purposes. Thank you. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, hi. Hey, French dip sandwich. You know the roast beef that you dip into the little bowl of grease?
Yes.
They call it eau de joe or whatever it is.
Are you tapping?
You got to dip that.
No, I'm not. I swear to you, I'm not.
Something is tapping underneath me. And it sounds like it's in between me and you. If it's not you, I'm going to have an intern lay on the floor because we've got rats. What is it, Jeff?
A French dip sandwich.
What about it?
You know, you got to dip that.
Of course, it's a fucking French dip sandwich. Although I'm going to tell you the truth, I don't. I just go no fucking gravy. Give me a roast beef is basically what I'm asking for. All right, the thing is every time I bring it up to you, the tapping, it stops.
Oh,
could it be you and you don't know it?
No, because I'm making sure now that I am not tapping. I'm going out of my way.
Is it something that's subconscious? Because only when I bring it up does it stop.
I am not tapping, I swear to you.
Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
You got to put the ketchup on the side and then the salt on the ketchup, not on the fries, because it just falls off.
All right, I'm not into the overly salt thing.
Oh, I will.
I'll very lightly on the salt, because you can't unsalt something. That's my problem with it.
I will unload the salt on the fries, ketchup on the side.
Yeah.
And, I won't salt the ketchup, because then you have a better chance of the salt not oversalting your fries than of not oversalting your ketchup.
I don't know where you're going with this. It's still the same food. You have salt and ketchup, you're eating them both.
Yeah, but the fries, it's going over a bigger area. You put it in the pool of your ketchup, you're going to ruin your ketchup taste.
I think he's going on top with the ketchup, and he's saying the salt has to go on the ketchup directly, not on the fries.
Oh, okay.
Not into the pool. The pool is a whole different deal. Here's Arby, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys? I dip the cheeseburger in the ketchup all the time. It's the best, man. I used to do it on top, but if you put too much on it, it always comes out the back and gets all over you.
All right, I'm going to apologize to you then, Dave. People do dip even outside the Emerald Isle.
I accept your apology.
I find it disgusting, though.
It makes sense to me, though.
I don't like dipping at the table. Unless it's with like an appetizer meal. I don't like to see people dipping.
With a burger, I've been known to re-ketchup. I'm not going to dip it in ketchup, but after a few bites, if I don't feel I'm getting enough, I'll take the bun off and put more on.
You're like, I need more. Here's Seth. You're on Ron and Fez.
I hate, and you brought up nachos. I hate those neat nachos where they decorate them nice and they put all the stuff so it's perfect, so you eat one nacho at a time as opposed to a whole big mess of stuff on top. What do you think?
I'm not all that thrown open on it. I could go one way or the other.
Well, that's just a nice hors d'oeuvre when each little piece has everything that's included in the nachos on it.
Mm-hmm.
I got no problem with that. You're getting a taste of everything.
Speaking of which, I watched Bobby Flay. He made some kind of breakfast thing using corn chips, those tortilla chips he uses. Looked unfucking believable. But I will give this away. He lost to the lady. He lost to the hideous lady in Louisville. Here's Mike. Mike from Ron and Fez.
Well, what we do down here in New Orleans, and this is, at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning when you're on your way home from the bar. You stop at instead of the Castle Burgers, you go for the old French fry po' boy, French bread, full of French fries and brown gravy. Wonderful.
French bread, and then you throw the fries on top of it, and then you hit it with brown gravy.
It's a French fried po' boy.
Never had it before. Have you, Fez? Now, I know that whatever these brothers are in Pittsburgh do, and I think there's even a bar in Rutgers that does this, that everything that used to be sides, coleslaw, French fries and all, gets thrown on top of the sandwich.
Say, I can't do that. That's just overkill. That is overload on a sandwich. Some of those things are meant to be side items. I'm not doing it.
What is this place in Pittsburgh? The brothers, I hear about them all the time. Matter of fact, if I hear it, someone tells me, I will know it the second I hear it. I'll give you something out of the big-ass prize closet, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
I got an interesting mixture with food. Any kind of meat, especially salmon, with an A1 marinade, the Chicago style that looks like marinara sauce. That's a really good one you got to try.
Thank you very much. Hey, Jeff. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fezzy. French fries with mayonnaise.
French fries with mayo is the new taste sensation. I guess it's actually the way they eat it in Europe. So it's like that orange mayonnaise.
In Germany like that. Yeah, delicious.
Yeah. All right, Jeff.
Out, guys. Have a good one.
See you later, brother man. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Jason, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Peanut butter and jelly dipped in chocolate milk or tomato soup.
And then what do? Sit down and watch your cartoons? Sound like you're fucking 4 years old. You know, I understand when you're like 4 and 5, you do things for comfort. But at a certain point, let's let the balls drop. Let's live a man's life. Is that too much to ask?
I don't think it's too much. And I've never done chocolate milk with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's got to be straight milk.
Any kid will have chocolate milk over milk any day, Fez. There's not a human child who goes, let's see, I can have a glass of milk or I can pour chocolate into it and enjoy it that way. So that's why, I mean, you're acting like that's freakish. There's not a kid that wouldn't pick this. Earl?
Oh, definitely got to go chocolate.
But at a certain point, the balls drop, you put away the footy fucking pajamas, and you move into a man's life. You don't want to keep doing that forever. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Hey, Casey, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up? I was just wanting to say that I like dip Mario Lopez in some gravy. How about you, Fez?
Mario Lopez with some gravy. Fez, she's calling from 1991.
Oh, yeah. All excited about Saved by the Bell.
He's hot.
Yeah. Hunk, wouldn't you say, hun?
Huh?
Yeah. Bye-bye. Fezzy, sometimes when I talk to women like that, I know why you go for dick. I hear a woman like that, and I think, at least in Fez's life, he's going to be able to talk about sports. Here's Alex. You're on Fez. How you doing, Alex?
Good. How are you, buddies? Hey, it's Permani Brothers in Pittsburgh.
That's the name I was looking for. Now, how do they make this sandwich, Alex?
It has French fries, coleslaw, everything on it.
And then you're going to get it'd be like a hoagie, but with a bunch of everything that should be a side dish thrown on top of it, right?
That's right. There's a lot of people that get offended in that restaurant, and if you come in and pick everything off and eat it separately.
Like a person. They get really mad if they see you eating like a human.
That's right.
Giant Brian used to preach this place because he loves it.
Oh, yeah, he was, I guess, when he lived in Pittsburgh, he was living on these things. Hold on, Alex, we're going to send you a big-ass prize closet. You'll get a CD copy of Don't You Know Who I Think I Was, the best of the replacements. That's thanks to Rhino Entertainment. That CD is in stores now, or you can go to rhino.com to find out more about it.
And we'll make sure that is signed by Black Earl, just to make it a little more special for everybody. Hey, Earl, have you gotten some of those other things out that I sent to you, I forwarded to you? Some people wanted some signed things?
Yeah, they already...
Well, make sure Fez and I get to sign them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got those emails.
Quick, Fezzy, to send things out. He doesn't even have us sign them first. Are you writing our names on them?
No, I mean, if you're referring to what I think you're referring to, something they just wanted the.
I'm referring to what I just referred to.
They just wanted a couple of things sent out. They didn't want them necessarily signed.
I normally see them saying signed. It would take 5 seconds for Fez and I to sign these things, even if it's a shirt. If not, wash it. Then you don't have to fucking deal with it. Will, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, my boss is kind of a nut. He dips his French fries in a chocolate milkshake.
Well, I've seen it done before. People with the milkshake. Fez doesn't believe in chocolate milk and doesn't think any child will.
I don't believe in it with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
What would you have chocolate milk with? Steak?
Maybe a hot dog.
One thing you know it doesn't go well with. Milk and a hot dog is so fucking disgusting. And so you know it doesn't, right? What do you really have it with?
You know, honestly, if I have chocolate milk, I just have chocolate milk. I just get...
You treat it like a cocktail. You put it in a martini drink. You go walking around your apartment with the chocolate milk.
Like it's a very thin shake I'm having.
Yeah. Here is Jeremy. Jeremy, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's happening, boys?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, so are you putting your condiments on your hot dogs or corn dogs, or are you leaving it on the side and dipping them?
Let me tell you, Jeremy, anytime I'm eating a corn dog, I'm probably going to fuck my cousin, because I would know to myself I'm a hayseed, and what am I doing? I would probably be a male cousin.
Is Fezzy going to dip it in the hot chocolate or chocolate milk?
Fez, do you put any condiments on a corn dog?
A corn dog, I just let it be. Corn goodness and a dog.
I can't imagine feeling more stupid than if I had a hot dog, deep fried, walking around on a stick. I would honestly feel like Jethro Bodine.
It does give the appearance of one of those all-day suckers, one of those giant lollipops running around on a stick.
Here is Jason. You're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I'm calling about the sandwiches down at Rutgers. They call them the grease trucks. There's a couple trucks they have in parking lots down there.
And what's all on them?
You can get anything. They have chicken fingers, fries.
But they they put the fries, everything on the sandwich, right?
Yep, and they have a whole different, they call them the fat bitch, the fat Daryl.
All right, I'm going to give you it right now. And these guys and then the brothers in Pittsburgh, Fezzy, the guys from Rutgers, they complain about who came up with it first. Who came up with the bright idea of, instead of putting things on the side, we'll pop them on the sandwich.
They should fight over who didn't do it. We'll get you a copy of Mr. and Mrs. Smith Unrated, starring Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. That's thanks to Fox Home Entertainment. That's in stores now.
I hate this unrated thing like you're going to see insertion. What exactly are we getting for the unrated, Earl?
Deleted scenes, extended scenes.
But, I mean, is there some reason that it's unrated? Is there, like, Angelina has a brown eye up in front of one of the cameras? What's happening?
No, I think, like, the love scene's extended and what have you. I don't know if you'll see.
And more hardcore?
But they're just acting like Brad Pitt's slapping his balls against something, and you know none of this is going down.
You will not be seeing Brad Pitt's balls in this.
I got into a hankering, if you will, Fez. I'm trying to use a term that you would use. For a hoagie last weekend, I'm like, I want a real Philly hoagie. And I know there's a lot of cheese steak places, Philly cheesesteak places in New York. I couldn't find one with hoagies. I want a real fucking hoagie.
Yeah, you may have to leave the city for that.
Why should I?
You should be able to get anything you want in Manhattan.
No, anywhere. I should be able to get it wherever I happen to be. But do you know any place in New York that has a hoagie?
No.
I mean a real hoagie. Not like, Jersey-style fucking subs.
Or, like Subway is that's really bad. like the subway.
Yeah, don't even bring that up to me, Earl, because it's at the point right now. It's like you're saying, Ron, let me give you a headache. I'm not going to walk into one of those fucking places. I'd rather walk down the street with a corn dog, like that other idiot.
They're actually Jersey subs are amongst the best in the nation. And
yes, they're best subs in the nation, but it's not a fucking hoagie. Hey, you said something funny today. What did you tell me Bronx Johnny was eating?
Bronx Johnny's eating an eclair that...
See, he says eclair. I grew up saying eclair, too. Everybody, how do you say it, Earl?
It was always an eclair.
How does Earl say it?
Eclair. That's how he said it.
No, if you're in New York, you say eclair.
I always said
How do you say it?
Eclair. I've always said it eclair.
I always said it eclair, and people in New York say eclair. What do you say, Johnny?
Eclair, man.
You say eclair also?
Yeah, boy.
Suddenly I feel like I'm back with Tom Thumb. Where is Tom Thumb? Because I hear eclair all the time from people in New York. I didn't know whether you know this or not, Johnny, but you're part of the gossip column that you're trying to gain 15 pounds?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Does that drive you crazy?
Yeah.
Why are you trying to gain 15?
For my stupid-ass job, man.
They want you bigger?
Yeah, I got to be a certain proportion for the door.
Oh, I see. Is that extra money if you're on the door?
No.
But you can already throw down, right?
Yeah, she just wants me to look a certain size, so when I walk them down, it looks suitable, I guess.
I understand. Now, the other night, I'm standing out front having a smoke with Bronx Johnny. Now, we had all kinds of people around that night. As you remember, we had Latin people, we had black people, white people, everybody hanging out with Ron and Fez. A couple of really white guys came by. Guys wearing like white pants and yellow pants, and they had sweaters wrapped around their neck, and they're just walking around, just being real, fucking Connecticut, Upper East Side. And Johnny goes, "What a bitch." And I go, "Why is everyone except for the fucking white guys?"
Well, no, it was like, 100 degrees out, and he had on the fucking sweater.
It was absolutely obnoxious. But I'm not making fun of other people for having their hat on sideways and wearing poopy pants. I'm acting like everyone is invited.
You kind of did chuckle at him, though.
Yeah, I did. I laughed. I even laughed at your bitch thing. But then thinking after the point. Now, is Dave helping you put on this extra 15?
No, he's not really helping at all.
And yet he's spreading the rumor.
Exactly.
He's telling everybody.
He should get you some more eclairs.
Eclair. Now we're saying eclair.
I don't think I can change on that one.
Here's Tommy. You're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Ronnie, I was going to tell you, man, over there in Memphis, almost all your barbecue places, you get barbecue sandwich, you dip those sandwiches in the sauce.
Dip away, brother. Dip away. Matt, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, Earl, do you have any idea what you're talking about between 9 and 5, I mean, the unrated DVDs don't contain lovemaking. They don't have...
No, I said
in Angelina's ass.
No, I didn't say that.
But you're acting like we were going to see anal.
No, I said it has extended scenes, deleted scenes.
Extended lovemaking.
No, I didn't. When did I say that?
You did.
I said I think the love scene is extended, the one that's in the film. And
but again, you're making
scenes.
It sound sexual. Why can't we just say we have the DVD? Why do we have to say it's unrated? Why make people think that they're going to, end up seeing Brad Pitt burying the J on Angelina Jolie? It ain't happening. Yeah.
Unrated means the extra features are unrated.
You know what, my friend? I'm going to send you into the big-ass prize closet and pick up something nice for yourself. And I'm going to ask you to be the unofficial producer of the Ron and Fez show.
We'll give him a CD copy of the Ramones' Greatest Hits, thanks to Rhino Entertainment. That CD also in stores now. Check it out, Rhino.com.
Hey, Tony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Big-ass cardholder 2002, boys.
How are you, buddy?
Hey, the best place to get a hoagie in the city, Ronnie, is up on Arthur Avenue at a place called Mike's Deli. They cater for the Sopranos. They got a stand inside Yankee Stadium, but go to the place in the Bronx, nothing better.
Yeah, I saw this place on TV, and also Kathleen from the Bronx gave me high things on it, but here's the problem. What am I going to do, go to the Bronx? I might as well have the Philly. You know, I'm not going to go out of my way to leave Manhattan and go to the Bronx. How long of a ride is that, Johnny?
From here, our studio?
Yeah.
Not even driving, maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's too much. I need something that's in walking distance, a block and a half. I got a little bit of a New York attitude when it comes to that.
I hear you.
I'm shocked when I walk outside my house and there's not exactly something I want right there. You know, I might as well fucking move over to Jersey and live like Dave. We had a wonderful time. We got the whole family in the car, and off we went. Just was wonderful. Ziggy.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, you guys ever do the peanuts and Coke?
I did Coke and a lot of things, my friend. Don't even bring that up. Jennifer.
Yes?
Yeah, what can we do for you?
Oh, I live in Nashville, and we have those Pittsburgh sandwiches, too. We have some guys that moved down here from Pittsburgh. They opened a couple places called Piranhas and just introduced us to the Pittsburgh sandwiches. And those things are blowing up here with the coleslaw and the french fries on the sandwich.
You loving it?
Loving it.
All right, honey. Nashville has picked this up, Fuzzy.
Nashville, the new Pittsburgh. They should just put that on the sign as people are driving into town.
Anthony. Go ahead, Ant. Yeah.
You can go to Tony Luke's in Manhattan. I'm not sure exactly where it's at, but there's a Tony Luke's from Philly.
Yeah, Tony Luke's, I think he's like in Times Square, right? Or on the other side of Times Square? But I'm not sure if he sells hoagies. I think he's only selling cheesesteaks.
I know. I think he does them in Philly, so I'm sure he would do the same menu over in Manhattan.
All right.
They definitely got Philly-style hoagies.
Well, you know what? I'm going to have to go over there and check it out. Thanks,
And they got good steaks, if anything else.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? I'm not always in the mood for a cheesesteak. I'm going to tell you the truth. I can't be eating cheesesteak every single day 100% of the time. I like a hoagie.
So it's like a tapping noise.
What are you saying?
It's a tapping noise, yeah?
You can say it into the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a tapping noise.
You're picking up on it?
Yeah.
It's Fez's foot.
It is not me. I swear to you it's not me.
Fez?
Yeah.
It's you. You like Tyler Durden, you don't even know half the things that you do. You don't even know some of the things that you're up to.
I'm so still. Speaking of eating,
We were just talking about eating.
I have this problem, and I've noticed it happened this morning while I was having breakfast.
You're eating a lot of cock?
No, that's not the problem.
I thought today was going to be the day that you would admit.
Do a lot of people have this? I constantly bite my tongue when I'm eating or the inside of my cheek. I mean, it happens so much, and I'm thinking, is this now to the point of where I need to go to a dentist and
have the tongue shortened?
Yeah, or have my teeth widened, something, so that I'm not constantly biting myself.
Are those your teeth? Are those real?
Yeah, these are mine.
Oh, you $1 then, Earl. Oh, you $1. No, it never happens to me.
Really?
I have a very short tongue, though.
I do it.
Very small.
Oh, my tongue is gigantically wide. Not long, but just wide.
Yeah. Well, that's probably what it is. You probably need a little thinned off on the sides.
I don't think they can really do that, can they?
They'll take it off. They'll go down, they'll just thin it out and make it look really, really nice.
It would be totally worth doing. Because
I'll do it right here. Johnny, you got a knife on you? Like, I got to ask that?
It's going to swell up after that.
No, I don't do that at all. Earl, what about you?
No, I've never done that. I mean, I've accidentally bit my tongue, but I never, consciously
Anyone else ever accidentally bite your tongue? Like your brother?
No.
All right.
I don't bite the tip. I just bite the sides, and it happens of my tongue.
Oh, I thought you were talking about cock.
No, tongue.
Oh, that's not so bad then. That doesn't make you gay.
And it's one of the most infuriating pains you can give yourself. It's a pain you obviously don't do it on purpose, but you're so pissed at yourself after it happens.
You know what? The other day I hit my knee, and I'm sitting down at my desk, and like in a hurry, like a fucking retarded kid, and I smashed my knee, and I was thinking to myself, as it's hurting, I'm like, seconds ago I wasn't hurting, and now I made myself hurt. It's like when you get a pain, you can't think of what life was about before that pain.
It's amazing how infuriating it is.
Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
Hey, Maxim voted those sandwiches from New Jersey, the Rutgers sandwiches, as the #1 sandwich in the country.
Well,
So
Maxim
fuck
magazine,
Pittsburgh.
you're not going to get a better food magazine than that.
That is true.
Yeah. At the same time, they voted the Killers the most awesome band. Garbage. See, I like when Johnny's in here. I feel like somebody gets me. Stop putting up the stupid baby things, okay, Flash? It's driving me nuts. I don't want to see one more baby call. Fez doesn't want a baby. We're not going to take the calls. Oh, you've changed on me, Flash, you adopted bastard. You've changed on me. Sometimes with him, I know why his real parents chucked him. I'm at that point where I understand what they went through.
Makes you wonder if the adoptee ones are going to do it, too. Eventually just get sick of them.
What are they called?
The adoptees?
Why wouldn't they be the adopters?
Oh, yeah, he's the adoptee.
Yeah. Bite your tongue. Bite your tongue, Fez Watley.
I won't. I'll get furious at it again.
Yeah. Phil, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Phil. All right. Thanks, Phil. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it.
According to a new poll, Senator Joe Lieberman now trailing his opponent for the U.S. Senate, Ned Lamont, by 13 points.
Well, that's only in the Democratic nomination. He's still going to win outright altogether.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's that's if he can get past this primary.
And even he doesn't have to get past the primary. He can still run as an independent. So all this is a matter of his own party is rejecting him. But the Republicans up there recognize the fact that he is a Republican and not a Democrat.
Yeah, and one of the things is the KISS. That's what they're campaigning against him with.
Well, and also every fucking decision he's made over the last 6 years.
Yeah, Ned Lamont has gone on the other way of just it's a war. It's an illegal war. We shouldn't be there. So just going totally anti-war. Joe Buck is going to replace James Brown in the Fox NFL Studios show.
Joe Buck, was he always with Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing their play-by-play. Would you rather have the big game of the week doing play-by-play or the studio show?
Studio show.
Earl, where would you be on that?
I would rather do play-by-play. The big game.
It's a tough decision to make. I mean, at least with the studio show, you don't have to travel all the time. But you're really, let's face it, unimportant. It doesn't really matter what you say in the studio show. You're not going to be part of the history of if something big happens in that game. But I think the lifestyle would be so much easier doing the studio show.
Now, I think Fox was saying that Joe Buck was going to be doing play-by-play and the studio show. I don't know how he's going to be able to pull that off.
Well, the only way they would do it is if they're going to have the studio show travel. That would be the only way to do it.
Or if he's watching the game on a monitor where he's not even there.
No, that isn't going to happen because you got to be in the booth. No one's ever called it from home.
So, and James Brown is going to the...
All right, let's go back to this, though. They're saying he's going to do the studio show, be the head of that, right?
Right.
The quarterback of that show. And he's still going to do every game.
And then he would go do play-by-play with Troy Aikman.
Then I guess they're switching everything up. They're going to have the studio show travel, which seems nuts.
Maybe he'd do a simulcast live from the stadium while they do the show from Fox Studios.
But you're really not running the show if you're the little guy in the corner calling from somewhere else, you know? You could do that as a guest every week, but you can't be the guy in the studio because you're not in the studio.
So James Brown is going to go do the CBS studio show. He's replacing Greg Gumbel there.
I'd like to see them because that show's right around the corner from us. I want to see them take that back outside because they used to, but now they stopped over the last year or two. But I'd like to go outside and then we could all wear our jerseys and yell stuff behind them.
I used to love when Dion would do the show because he found the loudest, most obnoxious coats to wear, especially when the weather got cold.
Right.
And he always had this really obnoxious long coat that matches obnoxious suit as well.
He's Pimp Daddy. You got to give him all the credit in the world. I thought he looked like $1 million. Here's Joe. You're on Ron and Fez.
Yo, buddies.
Yeah, buddy.
I think it'd be a lot cooler to be on the studio show because, I mean, there's not really much work. People write the scripts for you, and then you just do your hour, and then you get to go to all the cool places, and then during the game you can watch it like a regular guy.
Yeah, word for word, you're doing very little work. And it's basically The View. The studio show, you're on The View. There's 4 people, plus there's interviews, there's tape segments. There's very little to do. When you're doing play-by-play, there's a lot of work to do. Radio Shark, how are you, buddy?
Hey, you're awful liberal today in sending people to their prize closet.
Yeah.
You know, you owe me something from that prize closet, too.
What do you want?
Well, 2 weeks ago, you had a contest at the Blue Room to get Eastside Dave to drink alcohol, and I did. And I didn't get anything from that prize closet.
All right, hold on. Dave, did Radio Shark get you to drink?
No. He handed me a glass of water, and he put an eye drops.
Not water.
Eye drops
It was
worth
water
of
and
vodka in it.
it.
It was a trick.
Thank
We
you
clearly
very
said
much.
no tricks, and you tricked me, and you don't deserve a prize for tricking someone.
Oh, when
Radio Shark, you're going into the big-ass prize closet.
Who, me?
Because yes.
Prize money. How much money?
There is no prize money.
Come on, there's got to be money.
Yeah, on O&A there's money. On us, it's stuff that fell out of Opie's pocket. What do we got for him, Fez?
He's getting a DVD copy of Mr. and Mrs. Smith unrated, according to Earl Extended Love Scenes.
How the hell with that? Give me money. I'll buy my own DVDs.
You're going to get money, too, because we're going to give you Stugat's home number, and he wants to rent a car from you.
Oh, really? What type of car?
He said something older because he's getting married.
Oh.
So give him a really awful deal, and then keep that extra money for yourself.
And how do I get this? I got to come in and pick it up, I guess,
Oh, Jesus, I'm going to put you on hold. He drives me nuts. He drives me fucking nuts. Nothing's good enough for the Radio Shark.
He acts like he's the first person that's ever won anything on a radio show.
I don't want you to know where I live. We already got your name and number. I had to start yelling out your whole name every time I go to your call.
We'll just set the DVD outside the XM studios. You come along and get it.
No, here's what kills me. Dave has an eyedropper full of alcohol in a water. Because of that, he starts drinking himself. That is what a thin little goddamn rail he's on right now. How quick he can turn. You turned into a half vampire.
I didn't turn. It was an illegal move. I said there's no trickery.
Then why did you start drinking?
Oh, last night. Yeah, I mean on Wednesday,
God.
yes, I started drinking
Jesus
a lot.
Christ.
Yes, well, I started drinking because I felt like it was a...
But start tapping your foot. While he's talking, I want you to tap your foot so I don't have to hear him.
This is me tapping my foot.
Sorry, I'm trying to... Radio Shark is in my ear.
By the way, when you did that, it sounded exactly like the tapping. Did you notice?
It did.
God, let me hear you tap. That's the fucking noise we were hearing.
I swear to you, I did not tap until just now.
I'm telling you, we heard the same tapping before... That when you just tap now. All right, here's me tapping. It's a totally different sound. Let me hear you, Johnny. Let's hear you tap. That's the tapping we heard.
But it wasn't me before. I want you to believe me.
Then why does it stop when I go, what's that tapping? And I see your face.
I have not tapped all day.
I will believe you the second you start telling the truth. Then I'll say to myself, I believe him.
I'm telling you the truth.
Brett, you're on Ron and Fez.
Guys, how you doing? I just calling real quick. Fezzy was talking about Joe going to be doing play-by-play.
Fezzy claims he's doing studio and play-by-play, and we can't figure it out.
I think he's still doing the play-by-play for baseball, but not football.
That makes sense. That he's not giving up his baseball play-by-play.
Oh, no.
But he will give up the football.
Come back and forth because, it over a little bit like World Series games and stuff. That's how I understood it. But
send him into the big-ass prize closet. He certainly deserves to go there.
He'll get the Ramones' greatest hit CD thanks to Rhino Entertainment, Rhino.com.
We'll try to get that signed by the Radio Shark. Fez, this he's doing both is the biggest lie you've told since the tapping.
That was a mistake. The tapping was the truth.
Hey, Terry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi. Just wanted to give you a little Midwest. We say eclair, not eclair or eclair.
So you say you would like to buy an eclair?
Yeah, I'll have a chocolate eclair, please.
Where do you live, honey?
Fargo, North
Oh,
Dakota.
God, I just shuddered just thinking about that. What's it like there in the winter?
In the winter?
Yeah.
Well, it gets pretty cold with the wind chill. It can get, with wind chill, about 80 below.
What do you do sometimes when it's that cold? You cut up a buffalo and lay inside of it?
No, not exactly. You just kind of stay inside and hope your power doesn't go out.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Hey, you know there's other places to live, right?
Yeah, I tell myself that in the wintertime.
Yeah. I mean, even if I was chained there, I'd gnaw through my leg and get to a warmer place.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, honey.
Bye.
Fargo. That's crazy shit there. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, you guys, you ever hear that rumor about the Fox Studio show that all they do is drink during the show? They watch the football games and they get drunk? Like, you got to see at the end of the show, they're acting like a bunch of idiots. Like, they're just wrecked.
Well, they come into that fucking studio acting like idiots. That is the Q-Zoo show of all time, where they're just yapping and hollering and jumping up and down and laughing, and not one of them is funny, but everybody cracks up at everybody else.
I don't see Joe Buck fixing that at all either. In fact, I see it going the other way, making it worse. Joe Buck, when he's doing the play-by-play, he has this desire to be the funny guy instead of the announcer guy, and he's always trying to get off a line.
He's ironic, is what he is. He's somewhat ironic. He has a raised eyebrow looking at the world. He sees himself as Bob Costas meets David Letterman.
Exactly.
Thank you. All right, hold on. Here's Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ronnie, I know you don't want to hear it, but I don't think we can believe anything Fezzy says anymore. He's lying about the tapping. He's lying about Joe Buck. I think he's the one that told Earl the wrong information about the DVD.
Fezzy, did you?
No, I did not, and I did not lie about the tapping either.
What was the other thing? There was something... Didn't you and Earl have an argument not too long ago about who told one story you were so furious at him?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I think maybe that was the Chris Lemon thing. With the wrong name of the book.
Oh, yeah. That was the last time. And that was the last person Earl booked. He's been totally afraid to book anyone since Taste the Lemon.
Twist the Lemon was the real name.
What'd you call it?
Taste the Lemon.
What an idiot. Like Chris Lemon said, what a fucking moron. Hey, Brian, you're on Fez.
How you doing, Ronnie? I think I'd rather do the play-by-play. Those guys look like they got their sleeves rolled up. It's very laid back, and 2 hours of work, and then they go and get blasted for the rest of the day.
Well, you know, the problem is you got to get there a couple days early. You've got to meet all the teams. You got to go to the practices. I think there's more, and then, of course, there's travel. Now, Brookshire did it for many years, and he stayed drunk the whole time. So you got to give him all the credit in the world.
I don't see how Madden does all the travel in that giant bus of his. I mean, I know he won't fly, and I would hate to fly in, too.
You got a week to get somewhere.
Yeah, but still, too much on the road stuff.
He likes being on the road, though. He doesn't have a difficult time with it. So you're play-by-play guy?
No, I'm studio show.
I think after thinking it over, I think I'd be studio show too. What about you, Earl?
So I would love to be at the game and call the game, especially there's something about being there and being in that moment that you can't beat it. It's one thing to be in a...
If it's a great game, I got to agree with you. But it's not always a great game. There's a lot of times that you hear, when you're doing the play-by-play thing, you hear the color guy just go away like, I can't believe what a dull game this is. And the play-by-play guy is just describing something people don't want to hear. It's fucking difficult. It's a lot more difficult to do that than you think.
Yeah, I mean, you really have to paint a picture. You have to be a storyteller when the game is really shit in the bed.
Right.
You got to find something interesting with the game. I think that's a challenge, and I would love to try that.
Hey, Jay, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, buddies. Love the show.
Yeah, thanks.
I work at Fox Sports, and I got to tell you, the studio's the way to go. It's probably one of the greatest jobs you could ever have. You work 1 day a week, and all you do is watch football the whole time. And you get paid like 5 times more money because you're on camera all day. The reason the announcers, they don't get a third of the money the other guys get, because they're like Ian Eagle. Who wants to look at Ian Eagle for 3 hours? That's why they only cut to him once in 3 hours in a game.
Yeah, that is a good point. And when you're doing the studio show, whatever is the big story of the day, you just take it over like it's your story. You know what I mean?
You're watching all the shows. You get to watch every game.
All right, so you work for Fox?
Yes.
All right, what do you think of Joe Buck?
I like Joe Buck. I just wish he would change the cadence of his voice.
Now, his old man I used to love.
2 hours.
Jack
bottom
Buck.
of the ninth.
Yeah.
Mariano Rivera. He's all right. He's a nice guy.
Jack Buck did our show years ago, and he actually comes in. We were doing a morning show then. He goes like this, any place to get a drink, or is this dry? And I'm like, well... It's 8 o'clock in the morning. You know? It's a fucking difficult place to find a cocktail for you. All right, Jay. Thanks a lot for calling, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Peace. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Here is Jesse. Jesse,
hey,
you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Love the show.
Yeah.
Colin, just wanted to say that I'm trying to get in the big-ass prize closet. I work with a guy with red hair, so I understand your pain with Dave.
Oh, look, I'm all ready to go.
I'm just trying to get in that, get a prize, because I feel bad about myself about things.
Well, I give us one. I feel like it's starting to ring. Why is it that you want the prize?
Because I really just want a prize to feel better about myself that I work with a redhead douche.
I'm sorry, Carrot Top Lover. Not going to happen for you. Oh, it was so close. Just odd when you think of how many prizes I gave out today.
Yeah, the door's wide open.
I'm just fucking throwing them in, just one after another. Everybody's a winner. You know what, Fez? I'd rather you take the prize. Give yourself something nice.
Thanks. I'm going to take the Best of the Replacements CD. Don't you know who I think I was from Rhino?
Enjoy it, okay? Have that. Go home, tap your foot all weekend. Johnny and I won't complain about it.
I'm not tapping. Have you heard it again, Sam?
No, I haven't heard it since you really. I noticed that your foot is on it, but I guarantee, and Johnny backs me up, it was you. After we heard the sound, it was you, Tyler Durden.
I mean, I know I have a history of tapping, but I don't know how to make you believe me that it wasn't me today.
Because it was you. That's the problem. That is the problem. Hey, Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, Fez, you're going to have to go to the dentist with that thing because your tooth might have actually turned around sideways, and that's why you're always biting the inside of your mouth.
Yeah, this biting things. Well, to get Fez to the dentist, I have to act like I'm taking him to the park, and I keep driving, and then he'll do that. Hey, we just passed the park. Where are you going?
That's how my parents used to have to do it, to get me to go to the doctor or whatever. Then I started to figure out the way. Started to recognize things along the way.
Here is Eric. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddies.
Hey, buddy.
I think that was the first time I've heard Earl say something that's gone against you, Ronnie.
What I did was I asked Earl his opinion before I gave mine. That's my new thing to try.
Good job, man.
To see if we can't have more opinions on the show than just mine. I will try to ask everybody before I come up with my opinion.
Tricky, it worked.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you have to, don't you, Tappy? Sometimes you have to go out of your way to find out what works.
Don't call me Tappy, please. That nickname like that will catch on.
Adam, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, I cannot stand Joe Buck. I mean, I'm a huge Troy Aikman fan, so I have to keep the volume on, but he is the worst. And even worse in baseball, the guy never shuts up. I mean, you will see there's never 5 seconds that goes by without him having to say something going on.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. Joe Buck, he's not without talent, but I agree with what he said, and I agree with what you said, Fezzi, that he's got to be the whole show. He's the whole damn show.
He's got his talent. Yes, he can announce. Yeah, no problem. He wants more.
You never find him funny? You never find him amusing?
I don't think I've ever laughed at any sort of quip from Joe Buck.
You find him ironic? In a raised eyebrow kind of way?
No, I don't. I find him totally obvious.
Okay. Earl, where are you on Joe Buck?
Not really a big fan. I mean, he has to be the center of things, and really the jokes are awful.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll try to make something funny that isn't necessarily funny.
What about Jack Buck?
Jack Buck was it's a Hall of Fame broadcast.
You know the weird thing that I told you the day that he did our show, you had Hank Stram with him, right? And Stram is wearing this hair helmet, some fucking toupee, and Hank Stram was checking out somebody who worked on our show, an intern with long hair, right? Thinking that he was a she, like it was 1967, and Jack Buck's going like this: "Stram, you fucking moron, that's a boy." It was so weirdly surreal. And just the map of Pennsylvania across Jack Buck's nose. Is this place dry? Is there any place at all to get a drink?
They were very odd. They came in the studio. They sat next to each other like they were in the play-by-play booth.
Yeah.
They, both faced forward, and if they were addressing each other, they would just kind of do that head tilt instead of turning to look at the person. Just so that, they were working a TV camera that was supposedly in our studio.
Hey, Johnny Cakes, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing, guys? I'm trying to get into the big-ass prize closet. That Jay that called up before I worked at Fox, that was Jay Moore. That's a celebrity sighting.
That definitely was not Jay Moore, or else we would have known it right away.
It absolutely was. Tell him to call back because I know he's still listening.
Johnny Cakes, you're just trying to get yourself a free DVD. Not going to happen for you. Not going to go down that way. Here is Wolfie. Wolfie, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddies?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, Fezzy.
Yeah.
Take the hit for the tapping. Can I go ahead and get a prize?
See, he's the one who claimed that you did the tapping, Fez.
No, he's not getting a prize for that. Forget it. It's not going to happen.
And what about this?
For making up a lie.
What about this? A Ron and Fez show. We'll be right back.
Ron Bennington, Fez Whatley, The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.
Ron and Fez show. Almost in our weekend. You know, and I find out that the weekend comes even faster when you only work 3 hours a day. It's not a bad schedule at all. 3 hours in the middle of the day, and then the weekend comes. Fez, you said you got an update for us?
Yeah, I checked my facts on when I said that Fox was going to use Joe Buck as the studio pre-show host.
Now, by check the facts, you mean you tapped your leg over and over until you came up with an idea?
No, I went back to where I thought I read it, USA Today.
When I went outside during the little break there to smoke outside the window, my head hanging out the window, Bronx Johnny come by and said, "Boss, I was looking under the table and I saw his leg doing it."
I was not tapping, I swear to you.
Then Johnny's eyes don't work.
They don't. So what I found out is I was right in what I read. Fox is planning on using Joe Buck to do its pregame show, to host that, then having him, what they say, scramble upstairs to call Fox's biggest games.
I don't understand it. So he's going to just go up, watch a monitor, and call the game?
That's what it sounds like. They're in L.A., right? The Fox show?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to go, he'll be in L.A. the whole time, it sounds like.
Yeah, but what's going to happen, those guys are going to be stepping on each other. It just cannot work. Because normally, you know, to do a show like that together, you don't know where the other guy's going. You're pointing down at a monitor for them to see who gets to do the replay. It's going to be very, very difficult unless the director is going to be in both their ears going like this. Okay, Joe, your turn. All right, now back. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's, they're definitely going to lose something in the translation there.
And they act like nobody else could host that show?
Yeah,
you know, nobody else could pull that off?
Joe Buck is their star talent, play-by-play and studio host. They're going to put him in the seat.
Earl, where are you on this one? Huge mistake.
Oh, it's an absolute mistake. Either you do one or the other. I think Buck, if you're going to do the pregame and be the centerpiece of the pre- and post-game show, which is basically where you make your money anyway if you're Fox.
Well, either place, I mean, with either job is going to be a great job. If you're doing play-by-play, calling the number one game of the week, I'm sure there's some money in that.
Yeah, but at the same time, there was no one else that could do the big game or even the pregame. I mean, they couldn't find anyone else to host that show.
Donald, you're on Ron and Fez.
I think the play-by-play guy is the way to go because in 20 years, nobody cares what Howard Cosell had to say about Hank Aaron's 715th home run. But they always remember that great call or the Yankees win the pennant.
Who made that call?
I don't know.
Thank you. So there you go. There's your whole sense of history again.
Now, NBC, for their Sunday Night Football, their play-by-play team is going to be Bryant Gumbel and Chris Collinsworth. I didn't know this. Bryant Gumbel's never called a football game before.
He's always just done studio stuff?
Yeah, always in the studio. So this will be his debut doing play-by-play.
Never did play-by-play for any sport?
Never did play-by-play for football. I don't know. I'm sure he's done play-by-play for something. Baseball?
Sure. Like Bryant Gumbel, I remember him from doing the pregame show.
Right. But the point is, has he ever done play-by-play?
No, he has never done play-by-play.
For any sport?
I don't think for anybody.
It's bizarre when you think about it. And I'm sure he can do it. I mean, basically, if you're a good broadcaster, you can do, a parade. It doesn't really matter. I wouldn't be able to do any of them because I'd be yelling, "Holy fuck," or "Look at that." or that sucks. It would be all commentary. There would be very little play-by-play. You would just hear, oh, shit, he's dropping back again. This is stupid. Let me guess. Here comes the pick. I've got money on this game. Are you ready for football, Fez?
I am ready for football. Actually, preseason starts this weekend. It's Hall of Fame weekend.
Wow, I had no idea. This early. What's the game?
Hall of Fame ceremony is Saturday at 1. The game is Sunday night, Oakland and Philadelphia.
Nice. Who's going in?
Let's see, who's going in? Troy Aikman is going in this year.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Carson from the Giants is going in.
Look how happy Dave is.
John Madden, coach of the Oakland Raiders, going in. Warren Moon is going in. Reggie White's going in. And Rayfield Wright from the Dallas Cowboys is going in.
All right, here is... hey, let's go to Stan. Stan, you're on the Ron and Fez show, buddy. What do you say, Stan the man?
Hey, how we doing there, Ronnie?
Cool in the gang.
Hey, just wanted to let you know we caught old Fezzy lying again.
What did he say this time?
You know, well, he was sitting there, he was talking about how he wasn't scared of the dentist, and earlier in the week when he had his meltdown coming back from D.C., he said that was the one place he wasn't scared of going was the dentist.
He lies his ass up. Send him into the big-ass prize closet. Tappy got caught lying again.
I never said today I was afraid of going to the dentist.
Yeah, we just did that little bit about how I had to act like I was driving past the park, and you said your parents used to do that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you forgot your lie, did you, Tappy?
I am not Tappy.
You know you want to do it. You know you want to get the foot going.
Now I do.
You feeling the stress? Let the foot go. Let it go, baby.
I will not tap. I won't do it. I won't tap out.
Still, it itches a little bit when you don't tap.
It does. Kind of tingly.
Yeah, it itches inside.
Bugs and matches on me.
I bet if you tap, everything will be okay.
I'm not going to do it.
Uh-oh, I hope no one gets sick because of it.
Uh-oh. He's going to get the Ramones' Greatest Hits CD, courtesy of Rhino Entertainment.
Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, buddies?
Yeah.
Hey, I was just wanting to go back to the whole commentator thing. I think pretty much anybody could replace Joe Buck. I mean, after watching the 2004 World Series, who was his co-commentator, Slider the Happy Baseball? Give me a fucking break, guys.
I know, but Fez can back me up here, and Earl as well. Play-by-play is not as easy as you expect. Good broadcasting is tough to do. Now, this is a show that doesn't have any good broadcasters on it. I'm awful. Fez is awful. Earl doesn't even attempt. Opie, good broadcaster.
Right.
And then people will basically act like, well, really, you look, Norton and Anthony are the funny ones. How hard is it to be? No, it's a very difficult position to be a good broadcaster because it's not flashy. Nobody sees you doing it, but you're keeping the show moving all the time.
The point with Joe Buck is he should stick to what he does really well, which is that broadcasting part, and not try to be the funny guy, too.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe when this is... Oh, I thought you meant with the two jobs. Yeah, but he is a good broadcaster. You do admit that.
I totally agree with that.
And he's the son of a good broadcaster. He was raised to be a broadcaster. Like, maybe he had to sit around and talk about, you know, passing eggs back and forth. Him and his dad would work on it all the time. It's not an easy deal to pull off. Very few people are really good at it. I'm awful at it. And I'd say Tappy, better than me, but still a failure as a broadcaster. But I would say better than me. Me or Fez, Earl, who would you say can broadcast better?
Better broadcaster, I would probably say Fez.
So you agree with me? Again, he has to agree with me.
I agree with you on everything but calling me Tappy.
Do you want that to be your new nickname? We'll finally get rid of Fez.
I don't want to be Tappy Watley. T-Dub.
Hey, Dan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Let's see if we can get Earl to do a football play-by-play, touchdown or something.
All right, why don't you do it, Earl?
I'm awful at it.
Go ahead, give us a ride. Take us.
I was like, Pennington gets into the slot. Here's I'm sorry. Pennington, back to pass. Looks left. Fakes left. Throws right. He's got Corbett on the sidelines. Touchdown, Jets. Touchdown, Jets.
You know, beautiful Earl, you're not ready for the pros, but you should call Grambling. You should call Grambling and ask them. Does Grambling still have the football show?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, they would have a Sunday football show that would be almost like a wrap-up of what happened. They would play the game, but then they would just go like this, later in the game. So it was a speeded-up version, an edited version of the game, too. And Notre Dame used to have the same thing on Sunday mornings. And I used to watch those two back-to-back, Grambling and Notre Dame. So because of that, because I had that, those are my two favorite teams for a while.
And didn't they always used to play the kickoff classic, too, at Yankee Stadium with Grambling? Because they would always have the big thing with the marching bands, too. So that was always how I knew Grambling.
Yeah, they did have a huge marching band. Owen, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddies?
Hey, buddy.
I wanted to call out Earl for being the biggest liar on the show today, not Fez, because he mentioned earlier that he would like a challenge, that mediocre motherfucker.
The mediocre motherfucker is a very good handle for you.
MMF.
Josh, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I want to get in that big-ass prize closet because both Fez and Earl said Bryant Gumbel has never been a sports broadcaster when I think they were talking about Greg Gumbel. Bryant Gumbel's the communist windbag that used to sit there with Jane Pauley and talk about race relations and shit.
Before he did that, he also did sports. Both the brothers have done sports.
Bryant Gumbel doesn't do sports broadcasting.
First of all, he's got a fucking show on HBO right now, Real Sports, that ran for 10 years.
Has sports in the title. He's not
Yeah.
He's not calling games. He's talking about emotion and shit. Shit that doesn't belong in sports.
Wait, we both said he's never called a game. He's never broadcast a game. Where is this coming from?
That was the point of bringing it up. He's the new play-by-play guy for NBC Sunday Night Football, and he's never called a game.
Pipe down, T-Bone.
T-Bone's a good nickname for you, though, Fezzy.
Can we get everyone to call me T-Bone?
I'm going with Tappy.
No, not Tappy.
How about Tappy T-Bone, TT?
TT doesn't sound good either.
People drive you crazy when they act like they don't know the whole thing. Gumbel started off in sports.
Right.
Was so good at being a broadcaster, they threw him on a Today Show, because I'll tell you the truth about a good broadcaster. Doesn't matter what they're doing. Dick Clark, same way. You want him to do music? Yes, I'll talk about music. You want to move me over in the variety? I'll do that. It's not as easy as you think. The kid who does American Idol.
Ryan Seacrest.
Good broadcaster. All he thinks about is broadcasting. Tries a couple little jokes. They're corny. The people in the fucking middle of the country love it. But he's able to very smoothly run that show.
He gets it done on time with, 12 different people singing and going to the judges.
Now, is he as funny as Fez? No. But could you picture Fez doing that show without shitting his pants as they're doing a countdown?
I would be wandering off.
Tappy's leg would go up and down, and everybody would be going, what is that sound when we're trying to sing?
I have not tapped today.
Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, how you doing?
Yeah.
Listen, Gumbel's going to work for the NFL Network, not for NBC. They're doing 8 games at the end of the season. Collinsworth is doing NBC, and Collinsworth is working with Gumbel on the NFL Network. And as far as Joe Buck, they're going to be doing the pregame from different cities every week, and that's how he's going to call the games.
You should be doing the show with me. These are all the questions I asked at the beginning, and Tappy took me in every different direction. So
do I get put out of the big-ass prize closet?
You're going in the big-ass prize closet, Chris, and you deserve to go.
You're getting the best of the replacements thanks to Rhino Entertainment, Rhino.com, people.
Now, this is me back to saying we don't have a broadcaster on the show. Here is the true story. The show is now going to travel. Is that it, Fez?
Yeah, I didn't know.
The Fox show is going to travel, and that's why he's going upstairs to do the play-by-play.
They go upstairs of the stadium that they're in that week.
That makes sense. More than having him go upstairs in L.A., where there probably is no upstairs.
And talk to a monitor.
Yes. Oh, God, it's going crazy. Just going crazy. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I work for Joe Buck.
What's your story?
Well, I was calling to tell you that the pregame's going to travel with us this year, and I was also calling to tell Fez that Madden and Michaels are the NBC Sunday night broadcast team, and Collinsworth and Gumbel are the pregame.
What do you do for Joe Buck?
I'm his spotter.
Here's what I want you to do. Go up and say you were listening to this show on XM, Ron and Fez. Ron gave him all the props in the world. Fez ripped him a new ass and says he's not funny.
You know, I don't know if he's a listener, but I'm a long-time listener. I know he'd love the show.
Thank you very much. I'd like to have him on sometime and have him go head-to-head with Tappy so that we can finally put this behind us.
I miss Tappy Fez.
Yeah. All right, thanks a lot, Dave.
Thanks, Ron.
All right, bye.
I'm not Tappy Fez.
It takes 40 minutes for us just to get through what you read 40 minutes ago.
That's not good broadcasting on my part.
What I need is a spotter for Fez. When Fez comes in with a news story, one of you, producers, and I'm looking at both of you, take it from him, check it, and then hand it back to him. That's what a producer would do. I know you're not too busy booking guests.
That is the situation I will correct. Both situations.
Fez, when you get a fact, again, hand it over to one of those guys, let them run the pen through your fact and give us the real story, and save us 40.
I need those fat redheaded twins from Good Morning Vietnam just going through my stuff.
Looking up here, it does say that Castro is getting better. He is recovering. And again, I think I speak for all of us here at XM Satellite Radio when I say our thoughts and our prayers go out to the Castro family through these difficult times.
Well, I know CNN went and hired his daughter as a commentator on this situation.
Yeah. She's in Miami.
Yeah, his estranged daughter hasn't seen him in years and years.
She's strange, all right. She's a weirdo.
And no one has seen Uncle Raul throughout this whole thing, even though he had taken over.
Oh, is that right? He's laying low with it?
Yeah, they announced that Raul Castro was in charge, and then no one ever saw him.
The first thing he did was have meat. Now that I'm in charge, I'd like a steak.
He's in Fidel's fridge.
Buck, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, this was Michael Irvin's year to go into the Hall of Fame, too. And if you remember, right before they held the voting last January, he got caught with that crack pipe in his car again. See ya.
Yeah, he did. Would that keep somebody out of the Hall for you, Fezzy, the fact that they did drugs during their time and didn't seem to be able to get out of it?
I don't think so. I think I would try my best to look at the game. That's what I would look at.
Yeah, but if you're looking at the player and the athlete himself thinking, if he wasn't a drunk, if he wasn't a cokehead, he could have done better. Earl, where are you on that one?
It doesn't matter to me. Accomplishments on the field, and they already...
What about a kid toucher? Could you vote somebody into a Hall of Fame who raped a kid?
No, then I couldn't.
So you don't blame people for looking at things that are off. I mean, you're saying they don't. Coke doesn't bother you. Kid touching does.
Yeah, well...
Or arouse you.
It doesn't arouse me so much.
Then why you have a hard on?
Well, with the cocaine, that was something he was doing to himself, rather than, you know...
He's also doing it to his teammates if you can't keep it together. If you're not playing at 100%, you're letting everybody down, right? That's what they used to tell me. And they used to... I remember when I was 15 on the football team, they go, if you can't give 110%, I want you to leave. And the next thing I hear is, Bennington, where are you going? I go, I just don't have it in me. I can give 40%. I can give you Friday night's game. That's all I can do. Other than that, I got so many other interests.
So I wonder if it's a case of Michael Irvin has to stay clean for a while before he'll get voted in, where it's like the timing was bad with this ballot.
I don't know. I don't even know whether, you know.
Like with LT, they turned a blind eye. He got in first ballot, and he certainly...
But you honestly think Michael Irvin was the player that LT was?
No, but I mean, he was a great player, but
He was a great player.
Yes.
Was he LT?
No.
Are we going to say LT was a little something special?
Yeah, he was a special player, but he certainly had his share of drug problems. I mean, worse than...
We all had our share of drug problems.
And, you know, he got suspended for it a couple of times, too, so, I mean, the player.
Don, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies. Just got a little thing to think about. Best broadcast team ever. Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan.
I never thought Gorilla was much of a broadcaster. I'm going to tell you this. To me, same as me as Fez, two color commentators together.
And that's how Gorilla started. They moved him into play-by-play.
Here's Mike. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Fezzy, I love you, man, but I heard you lying yet again, and so did the whole XM Nation, my friend.
About what?
You said that you didn't. You said I didn't tap today, but I think everyone remembers hearing Bronx Johnny, Mr. B, and you all testing your feet out, and you said you didn't tap. I'm going to call you out on it, buddy.
Good call.
That was a test tap. That doesn't count.
Johnny saw your foot.
Johnny did not see my foot, because I know I have not tapped today.
You're lying.
Have I tapped in the past? Yes, it's happened. Am I a
Since
known
I
tapper?
brought up the mystery tapping to you, and you actually sat up and yelled it's not me, have we heard it again?
No.
The only time I heard it is when we checked your tap, and it was the exact same tap. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Yeah.
Wanted to comment, hearing Earl there do the announcement, he might have a good career ahead of him if he ever decided to leave the show, and that if the Special Olympics were hiring.
It's harsh, Earl.
That was cruel.
You worked in radio for how long?
This is my 17th year.
And still don't have a sellable skill. Still don't have a skill that can get you hired at any kind of money anywhere.
Well, I'm kind of different. I can handle every different facets. I'm a little.
Oh, I see. Communication is what puts you in the radio business.
Well, I never said I was like a great communicator.
I mean, at your age, Earl, you should have been a PD now for 7-8 years.
This is true. Yeah, I definitely should have been in either a PD or definitely a PD.
PD. Why haven't you? Have you ever been up for the job?
I was up for APD once.
What happened?
I had someone with they said a little bit more experience.
Who's got more experience than you?
19
You've lived
years.
in a radio station for 20 years.
No,
you fucking treat this place like it's a space lab.
No, the guy that they hired was a former PD. So they said, well, he's a former PD, so he has a better grip on the...
Have you approached XM?
About being a PD here?
Yes.
About running a channel, yes.
No, I have not. Not yet.
Why don't you give it a try?
Oh, I'll definitely make the pitch.
I mean, I know I know that they're grooming Wiki to move up in the world. Why don't you say, I could be the PD of 202 while still being the producer of the Ron and Fez show? That's the move to make.
It's a ballsy move. It's an ambitious move.
Ballsy? It's fucking still beneath you if you want to know the truth. You still should be further along. Should be a GM by now.
Yes. But I'll definitely
Thomas, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Vince Scully, vote for the Dodgers. Greatest sports broadcaster.
He's a great broadcaster. People have a tendency to, if they like the team, they like the broadcaster, though. So I think you get a lot of stuff on your side that way.
Vince Scully I always enjoyed.
Sexually?
No.
The way you grabbed your dick when you said it. I didn't know what you meant.
Verbally.
Oh. Orally. Loves Vince Scully. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Fez lied about having a girlfriend in Niagara Falls, Ontario, so I guess it's time for me to get a prize, huh?
Sure, Radio Shark. You want another prize?
We can send it to my cousin in New Jersey. I'm from South Carolina.
Yeah. Now, let me fucking ask you something. Who's on the phones right now?
That's Vertigo.
All right, Vertigo. If I can figure out his stupid cartoon accent, why can't you?
Did you think Yosemite Sam had called?
No, it's my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like to know the Ron and Fez show. My name is not Radio Shark. Let me through, please. Vertigo is one of our interns. And I heard you took a day off this week for personal reasons.
Yes, I had a personal day.
What was the personal day?
Getting a ride home.
From what's that mean? What
does that mean? I was up in New York for the weekend, New York State, and I couldn't get a ride home. I needed a ride home.
All right. Make sure we fail him, Fez.
Yeah, he's going to go far.
17 years in the business, Earl hasn't missed one day. One day he came in with cold feet because the train wouldn't pick him up, but he still made it here. And claimed he wanted to go to the hospital while we were yelling at him. Perhaps I should see a doctor. Perhaps a surgeon is all that can save me.
I think we had 5 minutes left in the show when he got here. When he came staggering through the door flew open. The winter wind blew in behind him.
My feet were blue.
Earl, if your feet were blue, we wouldn't be able to tell. Your feet would actually have to be white. What about you, Tappy? Today you came in 16 minutes late.
That wasn't my fault. Trains weren't running.
Sobbing and jumping over interns to get here. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I want to know which one of these football shows, the Sunday night game, I think that's the one Theismann's moving over to. Because I'm listening to the replay if he's on TV again, because that son of a bitch is hard to listen to.
I got to agree with you there. He's doing Monday Night Football on ESPN, right?
Monday Night Football.
God damn it.
With Tony Kornheiser and Mike Tirico rounding out the Monday Night Football team.
It's not Monday Night Football. They need a better name. Because if it was Monday Night Football, those fucking three ham and eggers wouldn't be on it.
ESPN Football, that happens to be on Monday night.
They should call it ECW Football. It's so far from fucking headlining anymore.
And just get Paulie. The USA Today coaches preseason college football poll came out today, where they got the Ohio State Buckeyes, preseason ranked number 1.
Well, then let's call the season off. We already have a number 1. We'll have a parade for them, and that'll be the end of it.
Followed by last year's national champs, the Texas Longhorns at number 2. Notre Dame and Southern Cal tied at 3rd in the poll, and then Oklahoma at 5th.
Mikey, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing?
Don't worry how I'm doing. How you
Earl
doing?
should be the PD at Deep Tracks instead of those 2 lummoxes they got over there now.
Who's doing Deep Tracks now?
He knows rock and roll, and those guys don't.
All right, hold on. Who's doing Deep Tracks now, Earl?
I'm not sure. I think it's Lee Abrams who's doing Deep Tracks.
You are sitting here telling us you know more about music than Lee Abrams. That's where you are, Earl. You're out of your mind.
Lee's good, but I think I'm better.
You honestly think you're better?
Yeah, I think I could be much better than Lee Abrams.
Well, this is a coup I didn't expect to see at the end of the Ron and Fez show today. Call Wiki, tell him that you want to do Deep Tracks, and tell Lee Abrams to clean out his office. The fact that he's changed radio for the last 45 years means nothing to you. You're Black Earl Douglas. You're ready to rock. What kind of tracks would you be playing on your radio station, Earl? Give us your first hour playlist. Perfect playlist. And if you don't have one in your head already, you haven't been in radio 17 years.
I would definitely kick off with some U2.
What song?
U2, I would play Until the End of the World.
Now, Fezzy.
Uh-huh.
This is his idea of radio that's never been heard before. U2. All right, let's hear the number 2 song.
Number 2, definitely some Stones. Probably do either Let's Spend the Night Together or Jumping Jack Flash.
It sounds like NEW.
No, but
This is NEW 86. What's number 3 for you?
Number 3 would be, I don't know, switch it up a little bit, do some Radiohead.
Uh-huh.
God, what's the name of that song? There from...
You just brought up 3 of the most played people over the last 25 years in the history of radio.
No, but I'm saying... but
FM radio.
No, but you want your first hour
give
to be
me,
strong.
Give me number 4.
Number 4, definitely some Hendrix. Like Manic Depression.
Jumping Jack Flash is probably the number 1 Stone song played on the radio ever.
And no, I'm just thinking of tracks off the top of my head.
This is the pitch to Elo.
So that was 4. Number 5 would definitely be. I would go.
Elo thinks you're retarded, by the way. He thinks because he brings it up every time that you send him an iPod full of jams with no talking at all. He thinks you're nuts.
How did you avoid the shoe spending spree yesterday?
Yeah. And every time we talk to Elo, he goes like this: I know Opie's stuck you with Earl, but we love you guys. We believe in you guys. And we're like, we're fine with Earl. Don't worry about it.
I did what the man told me to do. But anyway, number 5, what was I? I was at Hendrix. After that, I would definitely go probably a little bit funkier, a little bit of James Brown.
He's not on Deep Track.
You might as well just go work for any radio station. You're an oldie station, basically.
I'm an oldie station. I'm just thinking of...
You're CBS FM.
CBS FM. CBS FM isn't even CBS FM, but... God, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on this. But,
maybe no talent.
No, I'm not thinking.
I know I can't think when I don't have talent, so that's what it is.
Earl's the only one who did an air check where he put the songs
right
on air check.
Normally,
you never do that.
Here's what he handed Elo. Normally, you scope out your air check, so all you hear is yourself in the beginning and the ends of songs. Earl scoped himself out of the air check, so he sent the songs with no announcing whatsoever.
Elo said he got like a 2-hour tape of Earl, a disc.
Yeah.
And 5 seconds of Earl talking on it. And those are exact words.
Yeah.
Can listen to music anytime.
No, what he told... No, he said, make something really... He said, make something. I'm like, well... I was like, what do you want on it?
Give him the fucking show... and then scope it out. Let them get a feel of what this show would be about. When people want to listen to a show, they want to be able to imagine in their mind what the 15th or the 50th show is going to sound like.
No, I perfectly understand that. And I said, and he told me, he goes, I want to know, because I'm not familiar with the music. I said, I want a full hour of music. It's like, you do it.
And you talking, you setting it up, making it interesting. Yes, he's listening to music. He still doesn't know the fucking music because he doesn't have a host who's taking him on a musical journey. He's hearing songs he's never heard before without being set up or backsold or anything else. He felt like he was dropped off in a bad part of town and he can't get out.
No, and he did that. No, and I did that. He didn't think... And, it's a fair criticism. He didn't think I did enough of it and to kind of paint more of a picture of it. And that's perfectly understandable. But at the same token, he was like, well, you gave me full songs. I'm like,
token is right.
I said, but it's like, that's what you asked for.
Yeah, but you've never given him anything else since. This has been over 1.5 years, 2 years. It's never occurred to you, I can sell my dream of the Black Rock Coalition. I will keep working on this and working on this, and every time I see Elo, I will give him something to let him know, here's where I'm going with it.
No, and when this all kind of came down, and he gave me the tryout show on Saturday night, which went very well, and I enjoyed doing it, he was very happy with it.
If it went so well, Earl, you'd still be doing it. That thing was a clusterfuck. I listened. It was you, drunk guys, yelling out some anti-black things, and eventually doing your Black Rock Coalition, which you did for how long, an hour?
2 hours.
2 hours. You started playing white people. The first fucking show, you ran out of black rockers.
I did not run out of black people.
How is there a future for a show on Black Rock if you can't even make it through the first 2 hours?
I played 2 hours of black rock.
You were playing white people, and you stopped playing rock. No. You started playing other things. You started playing rap, and you started going into blues and stuff. You stopped playing black rock.
Yeah, but that all falls under rock. For me, it does. It all fell under rock, and the rap station...
Then you should be happy with a rap station. Every time you hear a rap station, you go, it's great to hear black rock on the fucking radio.
And the rap that I did play incorporated rock into it. It was like a rap-rock fusion, and I sold it as that on the air.
All I heard on the air was guys with you yelling, I'm having a great time, and drunk people yelling out.
Well, at one point, there was
a music show, it was a clusterfuck.
I mean, all distractions aside, I think it went very well. I mean, Danny mooning me while I'm on the air was a big distraction.
You thinking it went well, you know how you could know whether it went well or not? Did you get a second show?
No, I didn't get a second show.
Then I would say it didn't go as well as I wanted. I would never say, oh, I had a great job interview. Oh, when do you start working? I don't. But I really did great. They picked someone else. There's only one way to know whether that went well or not is whether you get a second one.
I mean, and honestly, I didn't really, for lack of a better term, fight for it because my focus is on this show. It's still.
Oh, you just already admitted that you haven't booked anybody here for 2 weeks.
Yes, and I'm fully aware of that, and it bothers me. It keeps me up at night.
Why don't you get some sleep and book somebody?
Everything keeps him up at night. He's been saying that for 3 weeks.
You keep me up at night.
You don't believe him?
What?
You don't believe him? You guys, I notice, are not a team yet.
I am. I love Earl. It's a one-way street. I love him.
Do you love me? Do you love Dave?
I tolerate Dave.
Let me ask you this. I want you to be 100% honest with me. Would you rather have Dave or Harry? And be honest.
Honestly, I would rather have Dave.
It took that long to say. Fez, Dave, or Harry?
Dave.
I'm going to say Harry because I'm the only one that is going to go by output.
Okay.
You're funnier to laugh at, but you've never done a lick of work in here.
Oh, Yeah, I do.
What have you done?
Thank
you.
Well, that.
Thank you.
There was a puppet act at one point there.
How long ago? 2 months ago.
Yeah, 2 months. About that.
Yeah. The only thing that you get on the air is when you're in trouble. So you have to fuck up to have a good show. That's what I don't understand.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, no.
What would you say?
I provide insight in a unique twist.
Fez, this is the guy that you picked. Just the guy. This is how you go out looking like a loser because of the excuses that he was just making.
As he explains himself on his way out. Pathetic.
All right, more people writing to me and saying that was Jay Moore who was on the air earlier.
Nah.
Well, I would have treated him like he was much more of a caller if I would have known. All right, that's it for us, Fezzy. We're back here on Monday. You got anything planned for the weekend?
Not as of yet, I don't.
You're going to be, here's Fezzy's weekend's plans. The train doesn't run into Manhattan, and he stays on a sliver of a rock in the middle of the East River. Trapped. His standing on a railing. Take care, everybody. See you Monday.
That's the end of my show. Donk. Ronnie. Fezzy. The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.